for the last 3 minutes, your voice has not been recorded on the VOD. Yay. Bud bugs. Alright, let's try this again.
Hello to all you star beings and cosmic creatures. Hello to you, people that are joining this chat live on the Beatcast stage channel on the Discord
first
server.
time. This definitely isn't our second attempt.
Yes, indeed, and we didn't screw up, obviously. Hello to everyone. This is Beatcast episode 2. We're back with a vengeance, back with whatever passion we have for this whole thing. Yeah, basically, we're back to talk about some Beatstar and Country Star and Space Ape stuff, I guess, in general. So, of course, your hosts are back as well. Me, your lad, Russian lad, InfiniteBoi, and Mr. Nick,
the beatbot guy.
the beatbot guy, the data guy as well. How you doing? What's up?
I am good. As I said earlier, which definitely didn't happen, I am doing fine.
Yes, and I am doing fine myself. I enjoyed a little bit of Spotify rap today, just seeing some stats and stuff, which we're gonna talk about later for sure when it comes to one of the sections of the podcast. Pretty much Spotify rap was actually kind of unexpected for me that it happened today, but hey yo, can't complain. I saw that Grandson was my first place artist, so that's a W. Beatstar, add Grandson, let's go. Give him a chance, for real. But anywho, we got a lot of things to talk about still. We got a lot of things to share when it comes to some service stuff, and we got a lot of things to review as well. So, ooh, me oh my, that's gonna be fun. So, first bit of news that we need to cover. Something happened. Truly astonishing, truly out of nowhere. Just seemingly Space Ape decided to end the year strong. Because, as we talked about last episode, Crab Brave got announced that it's coming to Beatstar. It's pretty much the last thing that the Monster Cat collaboration, at least for now, gave to us, I suppose. And we speculated on what it could be. Could it be just a event song, leaderboard one, or a beat chaser one? Could it just be some kind of bundle thingy? Anything regarding money, I suppose, was basically just a thought that people went with, and people thought that, yep, it's just going to be something related with money. But no, they released it for free, randomly, unexpected as hell. They just popped in the news and were like, yep, Crab Rave, get it. It's a free song that you just get by claiming it in game, or by a link, because for some people apparently it didn't show up, and so they had to just press the link in the Discord server. And the news post was pretty much something like this. On behalf of Monster Cat, thank you for participating in the Monster Beats Tour Pass and for supporting our artists. We look forward to adding more dance music hits to the game in the future, starting with this token of gratitude. Head to your in-game news feeds to unlock Crab Rave by Noise Storm now for free. Nick, what do you think about this move?
I think it was pretty awesome, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't expecting a free song of this stature from Space Ape anytime soon, to be perfectly honest. It's been a while since we got something for free that people actually cared about. I mean, I'm pretty sure nobody here cares about the trolls' profile pictures. I mean, they're kind of funny, but let's be honest, It's not the best freebie. An actual song for free.
I mean, to be fair, it's
Bees are goated. I feel like I've just caused a hate crime saying that the trolls PvPs were bad. I'm sorry, forgive me, please.
Yeah, people are backing trolls content hard. I mean, again, Defo is making a good argument. Didn't you see how smooth that hair was? Didn't you
So
see?
smooth. So smooth.
Exactly. Was worth the money from Sony, basically. And yeah, it's just, oh my god.
That is the wrong song. Let's get the right song up.
What is that? That's the thing that's gonna happen later. Because we're gonna talk about some music, but you know.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
getting crap rave up. Leave me alone.
you was okay. You was getting Crab Rave up, which, to be fair, we're going to talk about Crab Rave in detail a little bit later. But you could say that in the preview of Soars that yes, this is Crab Rave speed map, the hard standard one, and I mean it's crazy to me still to just see Crab Rave in the game, especially as a treat of sorts after the tour path, which again in practice it turned out to be a little bit messy. So this like parting gift of sorts is honestly a pretty cool one for sure, and it kind of again to me it shows that the Monster Cat stuff that was released in just concept was cool. Like they presented Monster Cat real well for sure. It's just that in practice it was, like I said, messy. But hey yo, I mean, if we're gonna get more Monster Cat songs in the future, I'm all for it. And you know, I'm excited to see what's gonna come to the game. Pretty much. And another thing that I am excited in a way that Beatstar kind of did, Black Friday deals. Black Friday deals were all around the games, in Beatstar, in Country Star, and they got some good offers, pretty much. I mean, obviously we got with a $3.99 offer, 100 gems and 125 deluxe cards for $7.99, 150 gems and 375 deluxe cards with a price of $9.99, which is basically the same price as the tour pass. 200 gems and 475 deluxe cards, and they also kind of did a Black Friday thingy with the Beat Chaser event that was happening because, well, they increased the boost amount from 10 to 15 while keeping the same price, which, I mean, I was kind of excited to see that big old $10 bundle, specifically because 475 deluxe cards. That is a big amount of deluxe cards. And it surely helped out in a big way. I mean, some people, definitely. What do you think about the Black Friday deals, Nick?
I mean, from the prices that I got, seeing as people seem to be getting different deals, my pricing for the $9.99, $7.99, and $3.99, I thought they were pretty good deals. It's been a while since I bought a deluxe bundle, but I did go ahead and buy the 475 deluxe card bundle because I just felt like it, and it was a decent deal. I didn't buy the other ones because, God forbid I did that, my bank account would kill me. But no, I thought it was pretty good. And also, on top of those 3 deals, we also got 15 boosts on the Beat Chaser, which was extremely helpful to get the pretty decent skin, to be perfectly honest. It was pretty nice.
Yes, and it definitely helped because of the fact that, as we mentioned, the Beat Chaser event was happening, and it was a Beat Chaser related to a holiday, Thanksgiving, which gave us a new profile picture and a new skin. And again, the Thanksgiving event happened simultaneously on Beatstar and Country Star. Interesting points with Country Star is that one of the bundles was just missing. It was nowhere to be seen. The $7.99 bundle was absent, which I am honestly not sure why that's the case. Outside of just thinking that, maybe it's because of the fact that Country Star doesn't have as many deluxes as Star has. Maybe.
That could be it. I did notice that when they were advertising these bundles on like their socials and in the discords, the bundle that was missing in Country Star wasn't even in their advertisements either. So it was just generically, that's the wrong word. It was just genuinely not there. It wasn't like they forgot to add it in Country Star. It wasn't in any of their advertising either. So they removed it for a reason. I don't know what the reason was though.
Yeah, nobody knows. But maybe they just still forgot to mention it anywhere in Country Star, and it was like, whatever. I believe it's probably due to the fact that Country Star doesn't have as many deluxes, but at the same time, they gave the $10 bundle, which is it's still there. Like it's still selling, so it's like you still get 175 cards. Which is definitely a helpful amount of deluxe cards with progression and whatnot because of the fact that the deluxe bundles in Country Star are very interesting in the sense of like they're very cheap compared to the Beatstar bundles, and yet they only give you like 50 deluxe cards, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a little bit of a interesting difference, but I feel like it's just really is the fact that there aren't many deluxes in the game currently, and most of the deluxes that are in the game, they're just locked by the tour pass and whatnot. So I guess that makes sense in a way, but again, it's all speculation really. And in regards to the Thanksgiving event, I would say, you know what, if Country Star is losing in the deluxe bundles and whatever, Country Star is not really losing in the Trackskin department because, oh boy, that Trackskin for Country Star looks bloody sweet compared to the Beatstar
So
one.
much nicer compared
Which,
to the Beatstar one, yeah.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The Beatstar, Trackskin in actual play or whatever, it's actually pretty fine. Like it looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I believe that the color scheme that they went with is pretty, But also, I would say that with the free troll skin that we got, and that one was pretty much called out for being lazy. So, in a way, it's just about the colors here, apparently. While with Country Star, you kind of have more detail to the skin, which is an issue we're going to talk about a bit, well, later on, pretty much. Later on, because we pretty much thought about this whole thing with the track skins in Country Star and in Beatstar, and we decided to maybe we should look a little bit deeper than just, talking about this one instance of a simultaneous event happening in both Country Star and Beatstar. Which, to be fair, it's not the first time really because the Halloween one happened as well. I believe well, not as simultaneous, but pretty close to each other. I think. Not sure on the timing, but it's just interesting to see side by side what's kind of happening in Country Star, what's happening in Beatstar, and things that probably should be tried, honestly, in the main game itself. Because some stuff that the spin-off does, they are definitely pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Then we have to talk about another exciting thing that happened because December is arriving. December is arriving pretty soon, and we got a deluxe poll. Nick, what would you say about that poll? What was interesting about it?
Well, I mean, for one, got Crab Brave again.
True.
It was very interesting to see that they decided to give us 6 songs instead of the usual 3 for the final deluxe poll of the year. Honestly, would be nice if they did that more often, but they have already disclaimed that this will be the only time they're doing it and it'll go back to normal after the new year. Kind of sad. I kind of like this format, but I guess it does make sense considering they would have to be making 6 songs on top of the season songs every season if they did it this way. So it does give them a little bit of leeway. But
Interesting
very
bit.
hype, and we got Mr. Brightside as well, another good song.
True. The interesting bit to me is the fact that they're not just 6 songs that get added, because obviously with the previous system that we had with the votes and whatnot, we only choose one song, right? We only chose one song before, and pretty much we're gonna choose one song when it comes to next deluxe polls and whatnot, and it's going to be that like one community chosen song, while everything else is going to be added by Space Ape and their kind of idea as to like, oh, what deluxe should we release today? And so the thing is, yeah, this poll was interesting because it literally gave us 6 community choices. As in, we could vote for 6 songs, pretty much, and the votes definitely gave some interesting results. I mean, Crab Brave being in the deluxe poll that early was, I would say, a brilliant move in a way, because pretty much you want to capitalize on the fact that Crab Brave got released and it's a hype release for free. So obviously on the hype train, you want to go far with it. And so having it in the poll that early and pretty much being this like one song that I feel like everybody knew that it's going to win no matter what. That's pretty much, yeah. It was evident that Crab Rave was going to be one of the winners. Hands down. Then I would have to say my personal highlight of, this poll, Time is Running Out by Muse, being added. I mean, Absolution 20th anniversary just hit. So, hearing the fact that the song that got added to this poll, another Muse track, right? From an album that I consider to be really bloody good, for sure. For a song that was pretty much considered by people that, made the bloody song to be shit, pretty much. But then turned out to be the grooviest, coolest song on the record. Getting that W to me is like poetic enough, for sure. Then you also have Wake Me Up by Avicii being in the mix, The Bright Side, as you have mentioned, Last Resort by Papa Roach, and Basket Case by Green Day. A bunch of stuff that has potential to be like really difficult, especially when it comes to Basket Case and the drums. The drums are crazy on Basket Case, so there is potential for an extreme there. Last Resort getting a deluxe is definitely important in the sense of like the standard chart is not exactly liked by people because of the drift, and so and just generally speaking sync issues. So seeing a deluxe version as sort of revisit to the original standard beat map, that would be interesting. Mr. Brightside, I mean, that's a banger, so like what can I say? Just seeing a deluxe for it is sweet, honestly. Wake Me Up is a little bit of an interesting thing to see win, considering that some of the songs in that poll, I feel like they had a chance to win as well. And I want to mention the other songs to, be fair to them. So some of the songs that were in the poll but they did not win were Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf, Rock Your Body by Justin Timberlake, Jolene by Dolly Parton, Mood featuring In Dior by 24K Golden, Sweet Home Alabama by Lynn Skynyrd, which would be pretty much a beat map transition from from Country Star to Beatstar. Same with Jolene, pretty much. Young Blood by 5 Seconds of Summer, Milkshake by Kellis, You Should See Me in a Crown by Billie Eilish, Shooting Stars by Bag Raiders, which was my personal vote with Born to Be Wild, One Way or Another by Blondie, Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd, Just Dance by Lady Gaga, and From the D to the LBC with Snoop Dogg by Eminem. So yeah, big poll, an interesting one for that. In the chat, I see a comment saying that From the D to the LBC got robbed, which to me was a fair result because I personally do not like From the D to the LBC as a song. I will stand by the fact that it's an NFT song and it's probably one of the worst additions when it comes to Eminem's library. So there's that opinion. And Nick, we have
Yes.
other news, interesting ones when it comes to whatever happens in the future, correct?
Yes, I'll let you announce that one.
Thank you. So the thing is, Daisy obviously has been very active in the Beatstar chat. Pretty active, right? And one thing that was announced by Daisy, which to me, it's a little bit exciting. I want to see what the heck we're gonna get in this case because ayo, we are getting by the end of the year a journey update. Heyo, and in a way, it was kind of addressed with the whole criticism that Space Ape are kind of doing things just to, I don't know, show that they are doing something from from what I got, and there was a response to it, which I want to quote, and I want your opinion on this, Nick, as well. I can assure you there isn't a single member of our team pushing an update to the game with the intention of making it look like we are working. What's the use of that? While improvements are ongoing, the merch update received highly positive feedback. Our last big release saw the release of Beat Chaser events, and they are widely appreciated and played across the entire player base. I understand not everything may appeal to you, but there has been plenty of content in the past year. I agree with you that we've been lacking things like journey updates, but to say no updates have happened simply isn't true. What would you say in that case?
Honestly, I agree. They definitely aren't pushing updates just to make it look like they are working. Um, to be honest, I think the update they did push recently, the one that you basically saw very little changes, but you did see the fix to skins on deluxe songs, which was awesome because that has been a bug that's been around for a while. And I do like these patches and bug fixes that we are getting, so I don't know why people were complaining, to be perfectly honest. What was the
Those who
DX skin
don't
bug? It
know,
was a display issue.
yeah, for those who don't know what the exact deluxe skin bug was, it pretty much started with the 30 Seconds to Mars event and the track skin that 30 Seconds to Mars got, because the logo and all the stuff that was on the track, they just went down for some reason in the deluxe versions. So like you've played a song with that skin, the logos would just go down and you would have this like big old line of just black, pretty much. And the thing is, that happened with the Trolls event as well. We talked about it in the previous podcast, the visual bugs that kind of plagued that event. And yeah, they actually got fixed, which is all cool. I mean, I appreciate it, but I will be petty and I will mention this till they actually fix it. Season 12 emote. That is still
Horrible thing.
there. Terrible,
It's
awful.
awful.
And the
It's
thing is too,
awful.
and the thing is too, Country Star got a new season, and that happened in it happened with the marshmallow thingy. It happened with bloody emote as well. It's trying to escape. I don't know what happened. I don't know what is going on, and it. I don't know. It shouldn't piss me off, but it kind of does piss me off. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, and it's terrible. The fact that Marshmallow is escaping means that the crop on the speaker is intentional, though. Oh, right! There was also the speaker that is in season 20. That emo.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. I was
Oh my
responding to a
god, the
prop speaker.
crop.
Yeah,
Right, right. So the morale of this is basically Space Ape, there's still something to fix. There's always something to fix. And we're definitely waiting with anticipation all the bug fixes to make the game even better. Pretty much. Pretty much. And oh, another thing I gotta give a shout out for 3 days of a limited play. How did you enjoy them, Nick? If you have used your Thanksgiving thingy?
I got really unlucky with that. I claimed it and I started playing and I played for a couple of hours and I like got a load of stuff done and
Oh
finished
no,
my
you
tour pass.
forgot.
And then turned off my phone for the day and I got on for the next 2 days doing my uni assignment and I completely forgot about my 3 days. So I got about 3 hours out of it.
Oh no, no. That's so relatable though, isn't it? It's just you get unlimited play for that long and you just forget that it exists
Yeah,
because you
I
have
mean,
stuff that
if you ever get a unlimited play that's more than 12 hours, part of that is going to be spent sleeping, so it does
yeah,
end up kind of ruining the hype of it. So like for 3 days,
yeah.
that's like what 48 hours, not 3 days.
So pretty much a thing happens and it's called life. And
Yeah,
it's a big obstacle for unlimited play. It's a big obstacle. But what can I say?
and this and
Life
this
is
is
life.
exactly
It's
why I don't
important.
buy the week unlimited play things because it's just not worth it. You
Yeah,
don't use it all.
that's fair. And when it comes to that little bit of a slice of country, right? We do have to mention that outside of the Black Friday bundles and the other offers that we're releasing on Country Star related to just all these holidays and whatnot, there was this one collaboration we mentioned, and it's a little bit surprising how they did it because I didn't really expect it to be that. It's the Tim McGraw collaboration, and it's the leaderboard event that happened with Tim McGraw. We got the wheel. We got the wheel with the new song in it. We got some banners and emotes, and yeah, it's interesting because of the fact that the skins for Tim McGraw are just kind of there. I I'm not sure what's up with them. I don't know if there was any clarification about it, as in, are they in brunch boxes now? Like, can you get them there? Or are they going to do another event based on Tim McGraw or something? But, like, at that point, why? Because they really went all in with the leaderboard event, as to the fact they announced side by side a meetup contest. So,
Yeah,
there was a chance to go and meet freaking Tim McGraw. So it's like, on the one hand, it's really cool that they gave a chance for, all people that did not buy the Tim McGraw bundle that released before the events to actually get all songs for, well, sort of free. You need to pay gems. And it's pretty cool, I guess, to get a wheel event with a new song because, come on, it's a new song. But at the same time, you would be kind of thinking that they were going with the Beat Chaser event. What do you think?
no, I kind of like the wheel. We haven't had a wheel like collab event for a while, so it was nice to get one. Once when they released Beat Chaser, they just kind of made all their collabs Beat Chaser, and they kind of just made Beat Chaser kind of boring because I used it so many times. And
Yeah,
we've
I
got
got you.
a amazing fact from Dito here, and it was the most new songs by one guy at once ever in the history of the game, which is a pretty awesome fact actually.
Yeah, that's actually true. And it's interesting how they can actually go hard on these sort of things. Really,
Yeah.
I am excited to see other podcast, like other sort of collaborations in the future. I guess just other parts of country being explored or whatever with all these artists and whatnot. Maybe something with Beatstar as well, because like if you can do that on Country Star, maybe you can do it once on Beatstar, like
Ooh.
once a while. That would be hype. That would be real hype. But alas, I mean, that's not for us to decide. That's for Space to decide. So we have to see how it goes, I guess. But the Tim McGraw collaboration was definitely interesting in that regard. And also, they also got 3 days of unlimited play. So yay! Congratulations! Woo! I definitely used the 3 days there, and they were really, really helpful to hit some levels in Country Star and get to a nice number of 50. So, thanks, Unlimited Play. You did help. For sure. And also, we do have other news, not related to the game now, because I believe that's pretty much it. Not a lot of stuff happened per se. You would think at first glance, but at the same time, it's like if you were to sort of get a deeper look, I feel like there were just a lot of positives when it came to the
Yes,
news,
definitely.
and it's. I feel like it's not just because of Crab Rave, even though it is a main driving factor when it comes to like all this positivity. But generally speaking, like Beat Chaser events have been unpredictable as to the fact that they don't really give you a lot. Like they don't really take a lot of points to get to the main reward. At least like the Trolls collaboration didn't. The Thanksgiving like event also didn't do that. So seeing all this stuff happen, I am quite excited as to I feel like Space Ape is really trying to close the year on a good note and take some feedback, which is really appreciated.
And uncommon.
I mean, people were definitely pissed about that season 28 debacle,
Yeah,
which,
no,
again, I will stand by the fact that it's going to be okay at the end of the day because the Monster Cat songs are going to get re-released, but at the same time, yeah, the first day was not good when it came to
no,
the
that
feedback
was
and whatnot.
awful. I think that's the most active I've seen the general chat in the community server for a while.
For a
Everyone was
while.
complaining.
And not for a good reason in that case.
Yeah, no, it
Holy
was not
moly.
for a good reason.
Yeah. But now we move on to a different thing. Server announcements. Server announcements, everybody! So the thing is, there were a couple of news that happened in the server already, which one bit of news, I guess. I kind of want to give a shout out to everybody who participated in the singing competition that we were holding a while back, and also congratulations to the person who's actually in the live chat right now, Galaxy Girl, because well, she got first place in the competition, and that tour pass, ooh, the main prize. So want to definitely give a shout out there. Want to give a shout out to Toast Eater. Want to give a shout out to RJ, and want to give a shout out to literally everyone again who participated because it's impressive to me every time I do the singing competitions as to how many people participate and how many people want to either just showcase and flex their skills when it comes to singing, or just in general, which is the important bit, I feel, have fun in the event. Like, not being afraid of, the sort of stage fright and whatnot. Just being themselves, being relaxed, chill, perhaps. And even if there's a little bit of anxiousness, they like overcome it and they go through with the performance and they deliver. And it's just fantastic, honestly. So to everyone who participated, again, just big old shout out and a lot of respect, honestly. But there were other matters to be discussed, and we're gonna discuss them now. And there's a thing coming. There is a thing coming to the server with the tour pass again. A tournament is coming. A tournament is coming where you need to play the game as per usual, but it's going to be a little bit of a different tournament when it comes to playing the songs. Nick, I talked to you about it, so if you remember, what could you say about the tournament?
Oh, yes, the tournament of challenges.
The tournament of challenges. Yes, the tournament of randomness. So are we counting how many screw ups Nick makes? Yes.
Oh my god,
There-
I am totally putting that counter on the VOD. I'm gonna put that in the top uh what's left and right? In the top right. I'll put it in the top right.
It's going to be okay. The Nick counter is going to be a thing. It should have been a thing from bloody episode one,
Episode
honestly,
one,
because
yeah.
because you literally called Beatstar Beat Score. So it's like, yeah, we needed that counter at first, literally. You're predicting 73? Okay, that's a
73. Okay, that's a little mean.
But yeah, tournament of challenges, tournament of randomness, which pretty much involves to the fact that yep, we're gonna have rounds, and in these rounds there are gonna be different stipulations. None of the rounds, I believe, are gonna be normal Beatstar play. Maybe the finals, but I mean, if I'm in the mood for this, we're all like in the mood with the staff and whatnot, and we give you a break, which is funny in itself. It's just, we kind of want to do a tournament where it's going to even up the odds for the professionals and for the intermediate peeps, pretty much. And yeah, we want to give out this like one tour pass as the main prize. We don't really want to do two brackets, specifically because there is another thingy coming in December, which I'm going to talk about in just a little bit. But when it comes to the tournament, it's most likely gonna start on like Thursday or Friday, pretty much, the signups and all that stuff. And it's pretty much going to go as all the previous tournaments kind of went, as in they're going to be rounds, they're going to be a freaking bracket, they're going to be a submission window where you can actually submit all the stuff, the time limit and whatever. And yeah, it's going to be same old ordeal when it comes to the rules and whatnot, but you know what? We're gonna have all these things when it comes to just the bloody stipulations and whatnot, and we do most likely need some proof when it comes to these stipulations. So get ready for that because we're definitely gonna be asking for those. And if something is fishy, something is fishy. So don't do fishy things. It is not the best idea. Uh, yeah, and the thing is, like, why we're doing this whole thing just like as a one and done, like no brackets up to no intermediates, no advanced, no two tour passes for the event. It's basically because in December we're going to be launching a test of sorts, a test where you can pretty much go through the questions all about the game, all about just music in general, all about the artists that are in the game, pretty much. And yeah, it's going to be all done for a game show coming, a trivia event where the ultimate just champion is going to be determined. And pretty much, pretty much that person, whoever wins the game show, they get the tour pass. And I'm excited for it. It's a big project for sure. It's going to involve a lot of trivia, a lot of things that you probably know already, and a lot of things that you probably don't know. So I would suggest you to revise everything, as in the game, as in the history of the game, the people that are involved, the artists and whatnot, the songs that they made, and you know, just other stuff like album covers, for example. I don't know. It's just going to be a bunch of stuff. It's definitely going to be a bunch of stuff that will test your knowledge of not just the game, but the music industry, I guess, and just whoever you're listening to in general. So yeah, I'm honestly real excited about this whole thing. Me who watches game shows for a living listening to this. Ah, piqued your interest. There we go. My mission is successful. I got someone interested. Let's go. But yeah, December is going to be an interesting month for sure when it comes to events, and it's all kind of getting done because of the fact that season 30 is coming, and December is pretty much the another year of tour passes being added, pretty
Indeed, eh?
much, and yeah, it's personally exciting for me to do all this stuff. Definitely. So yeah, I can't wait for everyone to see what we got going on and what we got cooking. So yeah, now we move over to the meaty parts. Season 29, baby. Ooh.
That is definitely
Wow,
not a season 29 song.
sweet. What is the song that you're just streaming
It's
all the
just
time?
DJ Bang Bang. Oh, well, that's another screw up counter. Whoops.
That's another screw up. It's a bang bang
Yeah.
into the room.
Bang,
But yeah,
bang.
we got again 9 songs. Season 29 was definitely a more positive outlook for Beatstar when it came to the content rather than season 28 because hey yo, there was no monster cat box this time around. Oh my god. And also we got the format that people like, as in 4 normals, 4 hearts, and 1 extreme. And the songs that we got were also pretty interesting to say the least. We talked about them briefly in the last podcast, but now it's time to just look at them more or less in detail. What is that beat map you're streaming right now?
Currently, Green Grass, because it's the first one on the list that I have here.
Indeed, that's Green Grass by George Ezra. The song in itself is, I believe, from the community standpoint, it's rather meh or straight up blech because it's a TikTok song for peeps. At least they refer to it. I've seen people refer to it as the TikTok song, and I believe Nick has something to say about it when it comes
Honestly,
to.
I like the song. I don't know what people have
Yeah.
against it, but then again, I don't use TikTok, so that probably has something to do with it.
Oh yeah, same. I like Unholy, and like that song became popular pretty much and got promoted through TikTok. So I feel like when it comes to me liking Unholy, maybe it's because of the fact that I don't really use TikTok.
Just a bland pop song.
So
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I don't see it as a pop song, so that probably has something to do with it.
I see it as a pop song of sorts, but the thing is, like, it's a fun pop song to me. It's a catchy one at that, and it's got some alright lyrics to it. It's got some good old catchiness
It makes me
in
sleepy.
the chorus.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. It's just a chill song.
And also remember, the chorus does say, "You better throw a party at the day that I die." So yeah, literally everybody is saying that the song puts them to sleep. So I feel like it's actually doing that. Oh no. We have exposed the song. Holy moly. Uh, but yeah, I do believe that it is actually quite alright. It's a fun song. It's a fun track with actually a pretty decent standard beat map, which, yeah, it's enjoyable, honestly. And I don't think it's one of the most boring songs we ever got in the game, definitely. And
Yeah, I can
I
just get
believe
down.
that in general, for a season like this, it's a good addition. So
Yeah.
kudos to Space Ape in that case. But also, I do have to ask a question of like, PPAP wise, what do you think about the standard shot? Which, by the way, now, what is that? I don't believe that's Green Grass Deluxe.
No, this is not Green Green Grass Deluxe, but I can get that up right now.
Dude,
That no,
get that because
there
we're
you go.
going to talk about Are You Gonna Go My Way a little bit later. But yeah, what do you think about you know the standard beat map for it?
The standard beat map. Um, it's a little slow, but then again, the song is slow itself, so that is understandable.
Yes.
It's definitely one of the more easier not normal, standard charts. But overall, I think the chart is okay. It's definitely not the best chart for normals. It's probably not really a good song to have in Beatstar anyway, to be perfectly honest. I like the song, but in terms of chart worthiness, it definitely isn't the best. There's not much you can do with it because there aren't many beats.
Well, as
But
you say that, you are showing a deluxe version, which is definitely an improvement and
yes, the deluxe
actually
version
a
is
pretty fun one.
leaps ahead of the standard, and I don't know how they managed to do that, but they did pretty well with it, to be perfectly honest.
They did do that, and I would say still though, it has a pretty decent no cap for the standard, which I mean, it's definitely just a fine song when it comes to the beat map, and the standard edition pretty much is yeah, it's fine. It's doing its job. It's an all right beat map. It's got nothing bad going for it, and it's not infuriating. It's a chill track, and the deluxe is just well, yeah, it definitely lives up to the freaking hard difficulty that it's got because it's pretty fun to play through, and it's got definitely interesting parts to it. It makes the song rather than boring, exciting, and so that's the ability of Beatstar in a way to just that's a talent in a way, just making songs that you wouldn't really think as bangers, as these exciting tracks or whatever, exciting by just the fact that you're playing them here. So
Yeah.
kudos to Space Up in that regard, I guess. So yeah, that's just the lock screen green grass is really fun. There's nothing else to really say about it. So yeah. Uh but then there was another song that I was thinking, damn, some people do hate this. I get why, but at the same time, like I know that a lot of people really like it, and that's the song you were showing after the Green Grass Standard Edition. It was "Are You Gonna Go My Way" by Lenny Kravitz. What do you have to say about that song?
Um, it's an all right song. It's I really don't listen to it much, to be perfectly honest. I think I listened to it 3 times in the
Oh,
period that it was in this season. It's definitely not my favorite.
yeah, maybe it's because of the vocals of Lenny Kravitz.
Most likely, most likely.
Ah, yeah, I get you. This is what I meant by people hating the song. Which, to be perfectly honest, I don't
I mean, I
really
don't
hate
hate
the
the song.
vocals.
I don't hate the song. I
Yeah,
just don't think it's that good of a song. It's I would never hate a song unless, of course, it's Biscuit Town because that's the worst thing in existence. But most songs I don't hate. I just dislike them. And this is one of those songs that I
yeah.
do dislike. It's not something I would listen to on a daily basis, which of course it isn't because I listen to metal. But in terms of
Wow.
playable, it is a decent chart, but it's not a decent song.
I feel like a complete opposite in the sense of like I really, really like the song, honestly, and it's not just because of the vocals. I mean, the vocals, like I said, I can understand how people can hate the vocals. I can understand how people can consider them annoying. But at the same time, I gotta say, bro, that guitar, those riffs that are coming out of it, the sound is awesome. And it's creating like a captivating experience for me. Like I listen to the song still after the season. I'm probably gonna be listening to the song after the season is done, really, and gonna be replaying it because the guitar, the instrumental is just it's banging. It's real good, and that's the thing. I believe that the beat map is pretty much reflective of that. The standard beat map, when it comes to the final stage itself, I believe that they have done a great job on the solo parts. Obviously, the early stages are not detailed per se. Like, you're gonna have that, obviously. But I believe whatever we had with the standard map was actually real good. And then they capitalized on whatever they had in the standard beat map, especially the final stages, and just multiplied it in the deluxe chart, which we're seeing now. Pretty much using the same pattern in the beginning as the final stage was doing with that riff, but with slight differences when it comes to the swipes. So, hey, yo. And it's just more detailed. It's just more notes. It's just more detail to the sound and whatnot, and a good test of rhythm. So yeah, I would personally give "Are You Gonna Go My Way" by Lenny Kravitz a real good rating. Honestly, I enjoyed the song. What would you say about the deluxe chart though? Because I believe you didn't touch upon it.
Oops, I just sent it back to Jesse J. There we go. There's another mess up.
Again, you really do love that Bang Bang song, honestly.
It's the default song I have set here. I haven't been able to play it in game because I really don't unlock deluxe songs that often anymore. I rarely buy the deluxe bundles. I don't really get many deluxe cards, but from what I'm seeing here, it is an all-right chart, but it definitely is copying off the hard section of the normal chart, which, to be perfectly honest, when it's a deluxe song, we are expecting something different, and I feel like if they're just copying from the harder sections of the standard version, it's not doing that for me. I do like to go into a deluxe song and be like, oh my god, this is completely different, this is awesome, I've got a brand new challenge. And if I'm just doing exactly what I'm doing at the end of the standard song, then what's the point, really, to be perfectly honest? What's the point in getting 100 deluxe cards to unlock this song, and then it's just like, oh, it's the end of the song, but longer?
Same time, I do believe that it's in this case working because of the fact that you kind of want to multiply that hard part because it's a really fun part. You know what I
And
mean?
yeah,
And
I
you
do agree
can't
with that. It
really
is a fun
do.
part, but it does also
Yeah,
take away from a deluxe in terms of deluxes should be really unique, but overall, it's a decent chart.
I think that the patterns are still working though, and I do believe that they are capitalizing on just this fun solo that the song has, and I believe honestly that the copying, it's like in a way, it just references the beat map in a way. It gives it a nod to a perfectly fine standard beat map,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's kind of difficult when it's just the same difficulty to do like really different things, especially when you already did them really well in the standard beat map. So I can understand like
Yeah.
why it kind of copies itself. I do believe it's still a solid, really solid performance by Space Safe when it comes to actually beat mapping this whole thing. So yeah, kudos to them. Now we go over to the next track, which is going to be you
This
name
one.
it.
Pop by
This
NSYNC.
one. Pop by NSYNC, of course, because we got that Trolls collaboration. A NSYNC song got added, and this one is Pop. A surprising addition in a way, because I feel like you would be thinking of just more popular NSYNC songs. Because when I was thinking, like, well, if there would be another NSYNC song, it would probably be something like Bye Bye Bye, right? That one is the biggest hit. But no, that's not actually Bye Bye Bye. It's the song Pop from an album, Celebrity, which was pretty much the last project that NSYNC did until Better Place came out, which, whoa, a 22-year break, pretty much. Whoa. That's mad. And what do you think about this song, Nick? Was it worth
Um,
adding this one compared to Bye Bye Bye?
Honestly, I actually haven't heard Bye Bye Bye, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Damn,
Yeah.
fair enough.
But in terms of the song itself and the chart itself, I think I did. Yes, I did unlock this one. It was a fun chart to play, and I did enjoy it. And I kind of enjoy the song too, so it was a decent track. Overall, I think this entire season is just filled with decent tracks. There isn't anything big that I've seen apart from which is the song that I really enjoy, and that is "Walking on Sunshine," which, well, I guess
Walking
we,
on sunshine,
yeah.
but it's a banger in itself. It's a great addition, but with pop, I feel like, oh my god, what did it switch to again? But I do
It
think
was
that
supposed to be "Walking
addition,
on Sunshine."
we've not. Come on, we're talking about pop. We didn't even see the deluxe for it. Jesus. But yeah, I do believe that Pop by NSYNC was a great addition because of the fact that the song is really fun, especially when I actually came in to just listen to the lyrics. I was a little bit surprised by how kind of ironic it is, really, because it pretty much talks about how the song is getting you hyped. Do you ever wonder like, do you ever wonder how this music gets you high? Damn. I feel like it's great to see a song like that. Which just goes along and says like, yeah, you know what? You're gonna like it because it's just this feeling. We created a song that is going to get you hyped. It's going to get you high. It's going to pretty much make you happy because and you don't even need to question it because it's just the way it kind of goes. And it works, really. It does, because the melody of pop is really fun. It's catchy. It's, to me at least, making it seem that, yep, I am right saying that NSYNC is better than Backstreet Boys because they have, well, fun, really fun songs. So yeah, Pop's Edition is definitely a great one at that. And the beat maps for Pop probably are highlights of the season, honestly. Like, the
Yeah,
standard beat map in itself is really fun. It's honestly a song that I didn't expect a decent, not even decent, but just like actual top quality beat map to be created for, you know? But a top quality beat map was created for this song. So kudos to Space Ape again. They really just outdid themselves, I guess, in a way. And then the deluxe for it. Man, the deluxe for Pop is amazing. And it's pretty much doing what I guess How You Gonna Go My Way didn't do, I guess. And it creates a different experience, especially when it comes to that final stage and some spots before it. But like, it's a fun ride. It's really just a fun ride. Ain't a difficult one at that because perfecting Pop Deluxe, I feel like it's a little bit difficult. So again, an ending song having that difficult of a beat map is not something I had on my bingo card, but hey yo, I'm not complaining about it. I feel like it's really, really fun. And brings attention to the season in a way because hey yo, it just makes the season a little bit more exciting. Which in a way that kind of shows how the season was received by people. People were way more excited over this season, I feel like, in practice than the Monster Cap one because of just decisions that were made with this season. So, yeah, what do you think about this deluxe beat map as you see it?
honestly, looks extremely enjoyable. It
Yep.
definitely does look like a good deluxe track.
By the way, Pop reminded me of Michael Jackson's songs, lol, and Deluxe Chart is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would be comparing Pop to Michael Jackson, but fair enough. I kind of understand the comparison. And look at the final stage. Just, it's the beatboxing bits, and it's so cool to play through. Difficult, surely, but at the same time, it gives so much, just, so much enjoyability to the song, really. Like, you could consider it to be pretty or whatever, because it's generic pop and whatnot. But I feel like after playing this, nah, you can't say that pop is actually just generic, bland, and whatever. I feel like this is top notch stuff. So I definitely give like pop and Space Ape in that regard just a big old up. This was cool. And now the next song, which we can actually watch now, your favorite, Walking on Sunshine. What do you have to
Walking
say
on
about it?
sunshine. Whoa. Um. Again, love the song for some reason. It's just it's one of my happy songs. I have like a list of songs that just make me happy for no reason, and this is one of them. And in terms of charts, it's a pretty decent chart. They did what they could with a somewhat slower song. Again, similar to Green Green Grass. Yeah, it's another slower
Uh,
song, and they did pretty good at making a chart for a slow song, and it's pretty impressive how they've managed.
yes, and I believe they kind of just do that kind of stuff with the slower songs. They're like, you know what? We're gonna surprise you with this.
Yeah, and
We're
they
gonna
do
surprise you
really
and
well.
actually
They
make
are
it.
really good at making slow songs into beat maps, and I was not expecting slow songs to be, well, viable, to be perfectly honest, as a track. But again and again, Space Ape have proved that yes, you can have slow songs in a rhythm game and it not be boring as hell.
Do that. I mean, there will be some examples, I suppose, where a slow
Biscuit
song
Town.
is really boring. Hello there. But other than that, it's just like a bunch of these songs are very detailed. That's the thing with them.
Yeah,
And they're still very fun to play, even though they are normal. And when they still get like a normal deluxe or something, which is not the case with Walking on Sunshine here, even if it did get a normal deluxe, to be perfectly honest, it's still fun. It's still enjoyable. And it's still got something unique about it. It's got some flair to it. So I would definitely give again Space Ape kudos to that because they usually do beat maps really, really well. I feel like I'm one of the few people who didn't know Walking on Sunshine existed until Beatstar brought it in.
that is
If you
crazy.
didn't know it, no. If you didn't know that it existed before, that is okay. It's understandable, but also at the same time,
You're a
you now know
monster.
what a banger it is. You now know what a banger it is, honestly, because Walking on Sunshine is really just such a vibey track. It's
Yeah,
so
it
fun
is a great track.
to listen to.
Chack?
Like it, Shaq.
There goes the mess up counter.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough. And I would definitely say that it's kind of reminding me of that one fantastic track that got added, I believe, in season 6, and it was "That's the way." I
I
like it.
like it.
Like both such vibey tracks and both old tracks as well, obviously, and yet
Can't complain with
so
a bit of old music
so
though.
enjoyable. Yeah, legit. It's just so enjoyable. It's so enjoyable. And then the deluxe for on Sunshine comes in, and it's a hard difficulty deluxe, and it does again more. It focuses on the instrumental. It still goes with the vocals and whatnot, and it does really, really well on it. I think that's the way I like it was season 5, maybe. That is
I can check right
incorrect.
now.
But that is incorrect. You need to revise your knowledge of Beatstar before the trivia event. I'm just saying. It was definitely in season 6.
That's the way I
Just saying.
like it was in Tour Pass Season 6 Freedom. It's also
Bullshit.
available in Journey 3.
If you're going to not know this, you're going to fail in the trivia event. So I'm just saying, revise. Important. But yeah, See, that was an example. That was an example in a way, right? Ooh, knowledge. But yeah, I do believe that Walking on Sunshine Deluxe is also really, really fun. I mean, it's a bunch of, double notes. It's a bunch of instrumental focused parts, but it kind of makes sense because, the normal wasn't really going into the instrumental parts because of the fact that, like, it's a normal song. Like, you don't expect it to have this amount of double notes on it, would you? Unless it's, I don't know, I guess an exception, like 16 shots or something like that. But here it's just like, it makes sense. Like, this beat map, this song, it makes perfect sense. And I do love what they did with the beat map for Walking on Sunshine and how they did the deluxe. And also, it's fun to play the chorus again because of these hold notes. They're just so fun. It's so fun. What do you have to say, about this beat map?
Again, I think it's a pretty good. Um, it's a good beat map. If I can talk, my brain just stopped working there. It is a good beat map. It is a good song. I really enjoyed the standard version. I haven't played the deluxe version yet because I think I have like 10% of the deluxe songs unlocked. But yeah, no, it looks like an awesome chart, and I'm looking forward to unlocking it in the future.
Also, I saw just one submission done in the Beatcast submission, which is an interesting one. Let's hear more from Nick, please.
Let's hear more from me. Ah, you want me to talk over Infinite? All right, then I'll start interrupting him more.
Do that. But yeah, we go over to the next song, which is going to be.
um, Drum roll.
Oh
No one
my
drum rolled.
God,
That's kind of rude.
what's it gonna be? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
It must be
Imagine
love,
that.
love, love.
Low, low. Doo-doo. Um, I did not know this song before. The game actually added it.
Really?
I did not know it. I
Okay, that's
didn't.
kind of
No.
surprising.
But I mean, it might be like a little bit. I don't know. Too old for me.
Maybe a
Even though
lot
I
of the
heard
old
Lucky.
songs that Beatstar or Space Ape release on their beat verse of games or whatever you want to call it, I honestly think a lot of them were popular in the UK more than they were in other locations. So it is understandable that some of these have never been heard of before by other people. As someone who lives
Yeah.
in the UK and Space Ape's office being in the UK, I do feel like a lot of their old songs do get inspiration from old England songs. Not Victorian, but you know what I mean.
Dang. But which, to be fair, I do kind of understand the whole thought process because, hey, you just said they're UK studio, so obviously
Yeah.
you're gonna have some UK bangers. But yeah, I don't believe I've heard this one in my country, unless I was again very very young, and I heard it like then. But that's about it, really.
It Must
Outside
Be
of that,
Love released. Um, I'm trying to find it now. 1971, I think.
1970. What? That's bloody old, Jesus.
Unless that no, that might be the original one because I'm pretty sure there's multiple versions of it. Must Be Love. Love Madness release date because it's 1981. Yeah, so pretty close. It's a re-sung version of the one that came out in 1971.
Of course, makes sense to me. But yeah, I believe
Shush,
that.
J-pop. Stop it with your facts and knowledge. Google is superior. No,
But
I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
I do believe that the song is still pretty fun to listen to, honestly. And if we go over to the deluxe chart of it, still, it's a deluxe normal. It's the only deluxe normal of this season, and honestly, not surprising with how the song sounds. Kinda. It's slow one again, but it's this time around a slow one. Like it's a
Very slow.
calm. It's a yeah. It's more or less soothing. It's relaxing, kind of with the instrumentation that it got as well. But I not gonna lie, the beat map, the standard beat map for it is fine. The deluxe for it is fun as well, and it's a normal. So like, what's a deluxe normal that is fun? Unbelievable!
We don't
How
get
did
them
that
often.
happen? I believe in the opposite. I do believe that a bunch of normal deluxes that do exist are kind of fun,
No. I mean, we
except
don't get deluxe normals often. We
oh,
have
true.
so little count in deluxe normals, and when they do release, a lot of the
Yeah,
time they are pretty fun.
true to that. And I believe it's kind of like a banger as well, pretty much for the deluxe normal count in a way. And I mean, again, I do believe that there was like one, maybe a couple slip ups when it came to deluxe normals. One of them being ABC Nicer, but that's just ABC Nicer. The song in itself is nah, but
Honestly, ABC is
you
only
love
good when it's not the radio edit.
ah. Mm, I don't know about that one,
The
but
the
again, personal.
non-radio edit is definitely better, in my opinion.
I mean, it's definitely better, but it's just making a song even more, I guess, palatable, but still
Yeah, it's still an
pretty much.
song, but it definitely is a lot better on the non-radio edit, and I believe that is because when they censored it in the radio edit, they actually changed the lyrics quite a bit, so it did kind of screw with the timings.
True. And also, like, look at this final stage as well with all these swipes. It's fun. It's really fun to go through the song in general because it's, I don't know, as a normal deluxe, it has a lot of interesting things to it. Like, they definitely didn't slack on it. So I definitely appreciate the effort. And now we go over to the next song, which ideally should be another normal,
Yes.
which
Oh,
is
I did Rock and
Rock
Roll
and
All Night
Roll.
Deluxe. Whoops. That should be non-deluxe.
You are getting close to that 73, just saying.
Shush, leave me alone. Don't bully me. You're mean.
ah, ah. But yeah, I mean, I'm just, J-pop was the one to predict it. So,
K-pop, stop
yeah,
being accurate.
LOL. But yeah, Rock and Roll All Night. It's okay. That's the thing. I mean,
Yeah,
Kid
that's basically all you can say about it. It's okay.
Kid is definitely, a big get when it comes to the artist, I feel.
Yeah,
Kiss has that one song that I really like, and it's not in the game. I was made for loving you. That one is honestly just, ooh, it's really good. But we got Rock and Roll All Night, which pretty much comes from the album that came out 4 years before that one album, the Dynasty, that had freaking I Was Made for Loving You. And I feel like, in a sense, having Rock and Roll All Night in the album Dress to Kill, 1975, that's the year, just in case, um, it kind of shows to me that they maybe didn't get their sound per se, because it just sounds eh. And the thing is, too, that's supposed to be the closer of the album. And I don't know why, but to me, it sounds like a really meh close, honestly. So I'm not that huge of a fan of this song. It's just alright. Not really doing anything for me. Kind of think it's mid. But the beat maps for it are also, that's the thing too. The standard beat map is actually pretty fun because it has a couple spots with mini tiles, and obviously they do make sense and they do be fun to play through. But then the deluxe version comes out, and it's just like, they do deluxe things, they do things that you would expect out of a song that gets a deluxe version, and then it's kind of just there. Like a deluxe version, really, it's just it exists. It's a thing. Like I see it before my own eyes. That's a deluxe version. It has more notes. It has swipes and whatever, right? It's a deluxe. But then it's just like playing through it. It's like again, really fine. But that's about it. It has more like it has enjoyable swipes to it for sure. I can say that it has enjoyable swipes. But then when it comes to just everything else, it's kind of just there. What do you think?
I agree with you, to be perfectly honest. It definitely isn't the most alright deluxe chart, but I do enjoy most of the deluxe charts that Space Ape have released so far, to be perfectly honest. This is one of the lower tier ones, but overall, deluxe has been pretty good for me, so I can't complain too much.
To that. And pretty much you can see the BeatMeme itself. That's the chorus of the song, and it's just like it's the same stuff. It just repeats itself all the time, and it's I don't know. It doesn't really create for this riveting deluxe experience for me, at least.
Like I said, repetitiveness doesn't always go right.
Especially with I mean, with a song like this, I guess.
Yeah,
Because
with a
you
song like
could
this, it
probably
definitely shouldn't
do.
be repetitive. So with something like a Sandstorm, Darude Sandstorm, that just makes sense to be repetitive because it is just a repetitive song, but this one's a bit more unique and changed around, and somehow it's got repetitive notes and kind of takes the fun out of it, in my opinion, but it is still an alright deluxe chart.
It's not bad for sure.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
just
bad.
okay. It's pretty much just okay, and the repetitive chorus will not ruin the fact that it's just okay. I feel. And then we go on to the next song of the season, and by far a song that I was actually excited to see with this one. And what would be that song, Nick?
I've already
Were
changed
you
it.
excited to see? Yeah, I know. But were you excited to see this song that's playing? Tragedy, Humanity.
Um, yeah, I'd say so. I'd say I was looking forward to playing it, and when I did play it, I found the chart quite enjoyable, to be perfectly honest. Um, in terms of this season, it is a good addition, I think.
Yeah. And honestly just builds these spring vibes,
Yeah,
spring mood in general because hey yo, depression, existential crisis, tragedy, humanity, and all the lyrics that kind of just sound through this song, they kind of again build you to the point of like, wow, this is a moody track, kind of.
yeah.
You know, it doesn't have. It's. I will still say that the sound of the song is really captivating. Like it catches my attention, and I listen to it, and I'm like, whoa, I'm transported to like a different world or something. Jesus Christ! And the beat map, hi. I mean, it's definitely a little bit hindered when it comes to the early stages with the whole progression difficulty thing. But at the same time, like when it builds up, it really builds up. So like after the verse that happens, I believe that tragic humanity really shows. And you can already see like the final stage is just more variety to it. Swipes being added for sure help the situation and create an enjoyable experience, to be perfectly honest. Like tragic humanity is again like I believe it's one of my highlights of the season. And then the deluxe chart happens and it reinforces my thought that tragic humanity is really enjoyable with And this is where like repetitiveness to me works
Yeah.
because I feel like the song itself is definitely repetitive when it comes to looking at it, like looking into it and whatnot. But at the same time, the sound of it works because again, it kind of just transforms you to a bloody different world. And the beat map is kind of doing a really good thing with all these swipes and all these patterns that they just decide to go with.
And it's
Which,
unique to the standard, which is another
yes,
good thing about it.
for sure, it's really unique, and I mean, it just capitalizes on the fact that there weren't really many notes in the standard when it came to the early stages. So like, let's go, let's add more notes, but make them fun to press and make them fun to swipe and all this and all that. And then when it comes to the actual verse again, and it goes to tragedy humanity part, when it's like this build, just big old build to again this
Oh damn, that
stage
is a
being
cool.
replayed kinda.
That is cool.
Yeah, and it creates a really bloody fun pattern, which again builds up with all these swipes kind of just going from down to up. And it's really fun. It's really fun.
This is a
And
hard deluxe song, right?
it is correct.
Yes.
It is a hard deluxe, and I mean, it's definitely living up to its name. It's hard,
Yeah.
but also really fun. So Tragic Humanity gets definitely like an up, surely a highlight of the season again, on the same level as Pop. Honestly, really enjoyable.
Yeah.
And now we go over to the last hard of the season,
That is
which
correct, which is War Machine by Dryskill and Max. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that because I will butcher it.
yes, uh, War Machine, another NCS song. This time it's like officially NCS, I believe. And my goodness, this track is something I did not expect. When I heard this song the first time, I thought to myself, well, it sounds okay. Definitely. It sounds really just repetitive. Probably not the best choice per se when it came to the EDM this time around, probably because it's not like very exciting or whatever. But then at the same time, I was thinking like because maybe it's not that exciting, it's not gonna have like a really hard beat back to it. I was wrong because stage 4 just right now plays, right? This part here, for example, is bloody terrifying if you're trying to perfect this. It is terrifying. And generally speaking, it's like one of the hardest songs this season. How did you feel when you played this one and just listened to it?
When I played this song the first time, I failed on stage 4. I,
Oh,
I will admit that, yeah, I did terrible. But no, it is a great chart, in my opinion. I really enjoyed playing this one, and I mean, overall, it's a decent song. And again, NCS, this is what, second? Second? Yeah,
I
I
believe
think this
it's,
is
yeah.
second song we've received from NCS in Beatstar, and I'm not complaining at all. It's actually pretty awesome. And I really enjoyed the chart. And when I did play it for the second time and actually made it to stage 5, these double taps were really fun and a great challenge to overcome.
I feel like the song is really fun, but again, it's just when you listen to it, you don't really expect it to be this. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It's just I didn't think it's going to be that difficult. But then maybe it just makes sense. And
Yeah.
then the deluxe version is actually an extreme,
Which
which
is,
was a pleasant surprise,
yeah.
honestly. Seeing an extreme in the deluxe is definitely fun. But then the deluxe for this one is funny enough
Holy cow.
easier.
What the heck?
No, I was just about to say that it's easier than the standard. which in my
Um,
opinion, in
are you
some spots
sure?
it is. I feel like I am, honestly. Probably because of the fact that this pattern in itself is
Oh, okay, it's
really
just
repetitive,
repetitive. Okay. Maybe it
and,
is a
and if
little
you
easier.
and if you get the groove of it and you just get the rhythm of
Yeah,
it, I feel like
once you get
it's
the groove of
easier.
that, because it's repeating itself, that is going to be pretty easy to diamond perfect, in my opinion. I do not have
Yes,
that chart
especially
yet, so
because while stage 4 of the standard beat map is really difficult to actually, not get, a perfect on, not catch a perfect on, this one is really easy to freaking just, complete, I feel. Like this is way easier than stage 4 on the standard beat map, I believe. Like I feel like if the standard is characterized by the fact that it's really easy to catch a perfect, this here not so easy to catch a perfect unless you lose, like you really just lose the rhythm, which basically makes War Machine Deluxe this sort of version of Sweatbox that's just a little bit easier. I feel mainly because of the fact that I don't believe they have these really difficult patterns in it. It's just the repetition of the final stage of War Machine had in the standard version, which is not saying like me saying that this song has a not good beat map with the deluxe, but it just feels like they could have done more, right?
yeah.
They could have maybe done something more. So it's not bad. I believe that it's still fun, but it's just like, huh. After this, I feel like there would have been something more to it, maybe more variety, but it's just not there.
Yeah.
So there's that, I
And
guess, with
then
War
we
Machine.
have the extreme of this season, which is Avalon
The
by Chaos Bay.
yes, the extreme of the season, which I have to ask: Avalon or 2 billion? That's
Ooh.
definitely the first question.
Um, 2 billion.
2 billion, yeah, it makes sense. I believe Avalon is a pretty good song in itself. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but 2 billion is just there's more to it. There's
Yeah.
literally just more to it, and I do believe that Avalon is instrumentally pretty repetitive.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with the verse. It's like, okay, that's fair enough.
And
And then
again,
they
it's one of
like,
those repetitiveness things that kind of works, but at the same time, it doesn't.
yeah. And the thing here, it's like it creates a really divisive beat map because holy hell, they really decided to go with the instrumental this time around. Except in the chorus, they do not go with the instrumental. They go with the mix of sorts. Like kind of focusing on the vocals mostly, but at the same time, just putting in some drum and all that stuff, which creates. I don't really know how to describe this beat map outside of just awkward, but not bad kind of awkward. What do you think about it?
All right.
Right. Which people do say like Avalon beats 2 billion song wise in my opinion, but 2 billion absolutely wins in chart. I think Avalon is a better song, but 2 billion is the better chart when talking about just extremes.
I
Interesting,
agree. I agree.
we do we do have Avalon enjoys when it comes to the song. I probably because it's a calmer track, I guess. It doesn't have a lot of screaming in it per se.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with screaming. That's like the entirety of my playlist.
There's nothing wrong with energy.
Yeah, it's
I
just
feel
people letting their energy out, man.
yeah.
Uh, love it.
Just
And then
like
we also have the deluxe version, which is
yes, it's thumb breaking. It's
thumb
really
breaking.
difficult.
Yeah, thumb breaking describes it pretty well, actually. I think I actually have this one unlocked. I don't know if I played it yet, though. I think I got it in when I bought the Black Friday bundle. I lied. No, I did not. I got heavy shadows.
It does work. But then at the same time, it's definitely not going to be an enjoyable ride because of the fact that how just difficult it is that you need to put this guy. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like, oh well, if they did something.
This is the kind of song I think I'd play index.
Play because it's undercharted. But then at the same time, it's like, well, they charted it properly. I feel they charted the verses properly to the instrumental, but it creates a it creates a really really awkward situation because again, your thumbs are not going to have a fun ride with this one. It's not going to be an enjoyable one, to say the least. It's going to be painful. Like I don't know what to say. Out of do you look at this and you're like, yo, not this. This
I
is
look at this and I see a good chart in terms of
I do see
playability. But I also
yes.
see a lot of index needed and not thumbs.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you think about it, a game that is played with thumbs and whatnot, you just don't have a beat mapping here that's like actually viable to play on thumbs, kind of.
But then I
Because-
guess you can say the same thing with Eminem and his Extreme, which that
Yeah.
final stage is that
It's
kills
brutal.
me every time.
But again, I feel like it's the thing with Beatstar. It's like they have these beat maps, but most of them are really just they are manageable with thumbs. Like you can
Yeah.
do them.
Although
It's
I
not
do believe
impossible.
recently Space Ape and in terms of their games have been moving away from thumbs to index in terms of extremes. A lot of the newer extremes, like I'm talking about post Fox quitting, have been crazy in terms of speed and the amount of tiles, and it definitely is getting harder to keep up with thumbs. So I
It's a bigger
do
thing, I guess.
I do think it's a good thing. I really enjoy having some more harder songs, but I feel like if they're going to continue to get harder and harder at this point, I think there needs to be a new difficulty level.
I
And
feel
I'm
like
saying this right out of the blue.
why is it the Knicks
New
mess up and
difficulty
Knicks
with
internet?
new high note counts sounds good to me. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like these new songs that are fast paced with lots of notes that are hard to control thumb wise, they need to have their own difficulty.
But also, to be perfectly honest, it's like we had a difficulty before that was a thing. So Beatstar had 4 difficulties, but the thing is that one difficulty was starter, like easy songs, pretty much. I would definitely say that Ayo, it's an idea, but at the same time, I do wonder how people will take that idea when it comes to actually make it a new difficulty. Because what about the casuals? What about the casuals? What about people who play, thumbs all the time and they don't really want to switch their playstyle and whatnot? So there's that, I guess. But now we also move on to, a little bit of bonus stuff. Because, hey yo, we didn't just get the season songs and, the deluxe counterparts. We also got some bonus tracks in the sense of like that one event song and that one free song. And also 3 deluxe beat maps. But let's go over first the bonus songs, which with the first one, it was the reward for the Trolls collaboration. The song that brought back NSYNC 22 years in the making. Better Place. Which, yeah, it has NSYNC and just a Timberlake credited separately. Said it something. Um, did you hear that one, Nick?
Yes, I did actually. I unlocked it as
I
well,
love it.
and I played it, and I think it was a decent chart and a decent, mid decent song. Like, it's on the line between decent and mid.
Yeah, as a song, it's like, meh. I mean, it's okay, but it's worse than pop for sure, 100%. And yet, the beat
Jesus,
map
that
for
is
it
a
is
lot of pink.
actually surprise. Yo, you're dealing with the trolls, bro. Yeah, I do believe that it's a fun beat map. It really has some cool swipes to it, and even though it's slow, which is to be expected, I guess, out of a normal beat
Yeah,
map.
it's slow, but it does
But
pick up
like,
speed near the end, which is
yeah,
good.
definitely. But at the same time, I do believe that the swipes on it are just fun and make the song again. To me, they make the song better because you want to kind of come back with all these swipes, with all these patterns that the song creates. Because it's
Yeah.
not actually like a boring normal. It's just a pretty decent, fun ordeal to go through, and a pretty good reward for people who wanted to play through the troll with them and get to the end. So again, kudos to Space Ape in this regard. Um, I mean, I'm interested to see how the deluxe will look. To be perfectly honest, I believe that with the song like that, it could probably be making a case for a hard deluxe. Honestly,
Yeah.
maybe because of the fact how the gang sings it. So yeah, and then we go obviously to the highlight that you were already showing off, but it wasn't time to talk about it yet. Crab Rave. Crab Rave.
Yes. Crab Rave by Noistorm and Monster Cat.
Yes. Yeah. Uh, came out on Month the Cat. Label. Week. I mean, it's not. It's not yet. It's not yet. But I believe that hard difficulty for Crab Rave makes sense.
Yeah,
It's definitely as a standard
as a
with the whole
standard.
difficulty progression
But
thing. It makes
in
perfect
deluxe, I
sense.
hope it is an extreme. If it isn't,
Oh,
I'm going to be
definitely.
sad.
It's going to be a little bit disappointing, or they're going to do like, oh well, it's still a hard, but literally the difficulty of it is insane to a point like, why didn't they make it an extreme? Honestly,
Yeah,
uh,
I
and yeah,
think it will be an
do-
extreme. There is so many fast-paced bits in the full Crab Rave song that they can use in an
yes,
extreme. It's easy.
yes, especially when it comes to just the main job, pretty much. I feel like it's definitely a possibility, and generally speaking, the beat map to it, I am not disappointed by this one. I believe that it's pretty fun, and again, also picks up towards the end with this. Like, look at this, right? This pattern is just really fun to play through in the
I
sense of like
really enjoyed this. This part of the
it's
chart,
difficult.
so enjoyable. Yeah, it's
Yes,
difficult and it's new. I've never seen a pattern like this in any other song, and it really surprised me when I got to it. And I was like, not only have they released this song for free, they have put a lot of effort into the chart to make it look good and to make it a good
yes,
play, and it pulled off. I think they did really good with this chart.
yes, and it definitely looked enjoyable, and it gives Crabber a very good name, I suppose. So yeah, great addition to the game and a great beat map to boot. Exciting to see how the deluxe will turn out, honestly. And then we go to the other deluxes that came out. The last batch of songs, with the winner being Thrift Shop, the community chosen song, came out of nowhere really, but ayo, Deluxe Thrift Shop turned out to be an extreme song. And like I said, it's pretty much a story, at least it tries to tell a story of actually redeeming Thrift Shop in a way, because we all know the standard edition wasn't really well taken by people, mainly because of the sync, mainly because of how the beat map was built.
Yeah,
And I mean, hey, I guess in a way that could be a reason for why Thrift Shop did win the deluxe poll.
yeah.
But do you think that at the end of the day, Thrift Shop actually redeemed itself and we got a really good beat map with it? Or is it still just a mess?
Um, I haven't played it in game yet because obviously I have got barely any of the deluxe songs unlocked. I really should get round to unlocking them at some point. But in terms of viewing it on BeatScore and just in general the song, I think if they manage to get the sync correct, it will be a good chart to play. And it looks enjoyable from what I can see. And I don't know if you've played it yet, but feel free if you have to let me know.
I did, and I believe that Thrift Shop. I didn't think that Thrift Shop, the original one, had that many issues with the beat map. Honestly, like I don't know, it's an unpopular opinion, I guess, but
It
I
was
feel like
mid,
the
in my opinion. It was a beat map that could be played. It wasn't unplayable, but it definitely wasn't the
yeah,
best.
it wasn't the best per se, but I did see where the developers were coming from when they did this
Yeah.
per se. I did understand the patterns that they went with, and I thought they were fun to play through still. And when I at least try to listen to my tabs and whatnot, when I listen to them, I'm like, oh wow. I mean, it makes sense. Doesn't really do anything bad for me here, and I believe that it was synced quite all right per se. The deluxe beat map is the same situation, but like you would think that, oh well, some people did say that, oh, I expected a bit more out of this one, but at the same time, it's like it's fine by itself. Like it looks fine. It adds new sections to it musically, which is something I really, really look forward to with playing a deluxe. Just hearing new sections that were not used in the original. It's like exciting to me at the very least to hear different parts. And lo and behold, Thrift Shop really does that with the intro portion. And I do believe that they decided to add the meme part with walking into a club, like you have a big and mm-hmm. I think it's fun. No, that's the thing. I think it's fun, but I don't even think it's bland per se. I do believe that it has its character, but at the same time, I could see where you're coming from, J-pop. I really do. But to me, it's got its character. I guess it's got its you know swagger, I guess. So I do enjoy what Space Ape did with Thrift Shop, and I do believe that in a way it is a redemption story of sorts. Like, yeah, Thrift Shop looks cool. Thrift Shop is enjoyable to play as an extreme. But at the same time, if people are disappointed, I can understand them. But I do not think that this disappointment is the same as the disappointment that people got with Freestyler when it got an extreme. So, I mean, reach their own, I suppose. Uh, but yeah, then we go to another extreme that got at it. A wow, like two extremes in a like in a batch. Who would expected that? Rabbit's Foot by Turbo Wolf, and it's I mean an unexpected addition, I would say, and it's definitely got a lot of notes to it because it has a bunch of double taps, and I mean a bunch of double taps. And yet, I do believe that as an extreme, it does work as to the fact that it's definitely fun to play through because it's got a lot of patterns to it where you just look and be like, well, I mean, the swipes are fun to pull off. This pattern in particular, obviously, it's a great variation, I believe, on the original standard beat map, and it just fits. And then again, it does kind of go with the you know route of being repetitive and whatnot because of the fact that the song in itself, instrumentally, with the verses and whatnot, and just the way the vocalist sings, it's pretty repetitive. Like, sure, it's pretty repetitive, but at the same time, it works here, I suppose, probably because of the fact that it's a rock song. So fair enough, kudos to you. And you still do some, you know, things at the end that are different. Though I will definitely say that the final stage caught me off guard when it came to the swipes. The up down freaking opposite swipes that would just change
Which
on
should
a
be coming
whim.
up now. Yes.
It should be coming up a bit later because that's the yeah and that whole thing. Just
That's around the middle of the final stage, I believe.
Yeah. So it's coming. It's definitely coming. But yeah, when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh my god, okay, that's actually pretty cool, and it's in a way serves like a real good climax of sorts. I do like they didn't change the drum pattern because it didn't need any
This one?
changing. Yeah, look at this. Just on a whim, boom.
Yeah.
Freaking opposite swipes. It brings character to the song, and I do believe it makes it unique. So, whoa,
And I
freaking enjoyable
walk
extreme here.
500 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a situation where the song gives you that impression that, oh, it's going to be that. But hey, yo, it's fun. It's real fun at the end of the day, and I did enjoy it. So, again, kudos to Space Aid. And then You Don't Know comes up. One hard deluxe that is just there of a song that I wasn't particularly like the biggest fan of. It was okay when I heard it, and I don't know how to really describe this deluxe outside of just it's definitely multiplying what the standard tried to do. I'd say it does different sections. Like it definitely feels different in some spots. But at the same time, I feel like, man, it's difficult, isn't it? I don't know why, but I had trouble with this one, specifically when the choruses just started to hit. And it's coming up right now, pretty much this part in particular, like freaking a tap and then you needed to double tap the freaking whole notes. I feel like you needed to do this so fast that it was easy to catch it perfect like this. And while it does make sense because, you know, vocals kind of do that, I still believe that it's a little bit awkward. Which, no, bad rep for it, because I feel like that's the design in a way. But at the same time, come on, I did not expect it out of You Don't Know by 702. Literally. I did not expect it to give me that much trouble. But I did come out of the song and was like, huh, this is interesting. I'm not sure how to react on it, but it's more than I expected. Let's just say that. And it's got some enjoyable swipes to it. Again, most of the swipes that the game throws, they kind of like actually enjoyable. I still think, and they give a lot of character to the songs. And yeah, Nick. Well, you seen this, I believe, for the first time, right? So, well, maybe not the first time, but
Yeah,
like,
this is the first time I'm seeing the
oh,
chart
it
properly.
is.
Yes.
So what do you think about it then?
It looks fun. I really wish I had it unlocked, but again, it's extremely hard to unlock deluxe songs. So,
Yeah.
But no,
But
it
also,
looks like a good
it's
chart.
fun.
It's very diverse and it is it's
It's
pretty decent
definitely
from what I can see.
It's definitely an interesting sort of change in trajectory when it comes to the deluxe and the standard differences per se, like what they did with the deluxe here. I feel it's interesting, but also again, it could be awkward itself. It definitely brought me some trouble, and I know people who definitely had some trouble with this one, probably because of the fact that yeah, chorus is a bit awkward to play through.
Yeah.
So there's that, I guess. But probably it's also because of the fact that it's kind of focusing on the vocals and they are jumping all around the place. So there's that, I guess. But now, that's season 29 pretty much. I mean, any thoughts on the whole, like, on just everything that happened with it? I'd say.
Overall, I've enjoyed season 29. It's definitely not been my favorite season, but it has been an enjoyable season. It's not been my least favorite either, so that's also a good thing. It's been in the high middle of my rankings for seasons. It's been an alright season purely because of some of the songs that have been released that I really enjoy. For instance, the one that everyone hates. Wonder what that could be. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this season, and on top of it, we got the Black Friday deals and the Thanksgiving event as well, which were really fun. And we got the 15 boosters as the other part of the Black Friday event, which was also really fun. And I think I bought all three, if I recall correctly, because they're going to be extremely helpful for later stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, fair enough. And I do believe that the season is actually pretty fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've had an enjoyable time with the songs. I believe that the choices that were made through and through, they were pretty good. And it created for a really nice season. And also, the stuff that was just happening in the season was exciting. I mean, Trolls collaboration, however you look at it, goofy, stupid, or really fun, I believe it was an important step that Space Ape made, I suppose, and it creates more opportunities for collaborations.
Yeah.
And also, I do believe that, again, Crab Rave getting at it is like a really big moment of sorts.
Oh yeah,
Especially
definitely.
when
Crab Rave
engaging.
was hype as heck.
Especially with when engaging with community, it's really good. Like it brought a lot of
Definitely.
attention, and it just
And they brought
brought
all
other
this
people-
hype in as well. They didn't just drop it silently. They had all this hype in chat. They had the role,
Yes.
which I really hope they keep, because I want that crab next to my name forever, because it just looks funny.
Sure do that. And also, I just do hope that we get more sort of like interactions like this, genuinely.
Yeah.
And I hope that maybe in the future we get like teases to upcoming content outside of seasons in like maybe some cryptic things to let people
Yeah.
guess. Which is
Or maybe we
it's
could
engaging.
announce some stuff. Cough, cough, Space Ape, if you're listening. Would be fun.
Oh, right. Exclusive podcast announcements.
Yeah.
We will be, maybe, I don't know. That remains to be seen. But yeah, let's move on to the next point of discussion. We'll be back to these messages. There were no messages. So, season 30. It got released. There we go. We got the peak. We got the deluxe tab sneak peek. I am really excited for this one because the big hits of this season, the killers are back, and they are back with a vengeance. Because I mean, Mr. Brightside, an amazing song in itself.
And that is actually a really funny story. Me and Infinite were listening to some music on his jam this morning, and we were like, oh my god, this should be in Beatstar. And then literally 2 hours later, it dropped in the deluxe tab.
I mean, we were listening to many just tracks and whatnot, but we're just literally listening to a bunch of things.
Yeah, we were listening to so many, and this was just one of the ones we were like, yeah, oh my god, this should be in Beatstar, and then it just dropped 2 hours later, and it was
literally
like,
any other The Killers song, because literally Hot Fuzz has a bunch of songs that would really work with Beatstar. Midnight Show, for example, is like my main shout out, I will still say. But Being Somebody Told Me is crazy. Like, holy moly, that song is fantastic. That song is really nice to see in the game. And I expect out of it a bunch of things, honestly. Like, it makes me super excited. And then also we had DNA being shown off, which is just, whoa, what the bloody hell? Kendrick Lamar is back with the vengeance as well. And then there were also debuts in here, which...
Hello, Joanna.
September. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Damn it. Yes.
Somebody told me it's on my playlist.
Times. Yes.
Yeah, it's a great song.
September. Like, it's such a great track, which I'm questioning now how it didn't actually release before. But at the same time, I do believe that even Just Dance didn't have the original version of September. It had a cover.
In terms of September, I do think it's going to be interesting how they chart that one, because it didn't, when I listened to it literally like an hour ago, it didn't sound very chartable, so I am going to look forward to see how they do with that one.
I mean, I mean, yeah, we don't really know what the standard version is going to have in difficulty, but we know it's hard for the deluxe, so there's that I guess to
Yeah.
look forward to. And just generally, we do have like all the songs being hard except one extreme, which makes it easy, I guess, to guess what the extreme is. Ooh, it's Slumber by Radiant Knife, which is a discovery pick through and through. I've not ever heard of that song, but
No,
that's
I've never heard of it
interesting.
personally, but when I listened to it earlier, it is a decent track. I kind of enjoyed it. It
Probably sweet
sounds
for a
like it'll be
difficult
one of the
song
more
to be honest.
difficult extremes too, which is great.
Yeah,
As like I was saying earlier, it's probably going to be another one of those.
another one of those, just another day neon. Pretty much. And yeah, just generally speaking, like you have other songs. I mean, after the deluxe tab sneak peek happened, I went on to look at the songs and look at the artists. Right, one of them caught my attention. I mean, Kalapsar. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if it's Spanish.
I
Is
think
that
it's
like?
Collapsar.
Is it?
I
Because
think
I was
so.
thinking like it would be Koyapsar or something like that. But I guess it may be Kalapsar. And it's like the artist name, Flipendo. The thing is with that artist, first and foremost, that's a discovery pick as well. Not a lot of people actually listen to the lad, but at the same time, they make music with Game Boys. And that's a quote that's coming from the Spotify bio.
Yeah.
Flipendo is not only a reference to the Harry Potter games from the early 2000s, but also a combination of the words flip and Nintendo, therefore transforming the original purpose of a Nintendo Game Boy console into something else. That is wild. And that to me makes, I don't know, just a really, really interesting choice when it comes to
And
adding
again,
its.
like you said, it definitely is a discovery pick. I mean, it's got what 112 monthly listeners on Spotify. It is definitely not the
Well,
most well-known song, and it is
yeah,
still a decent song.
well, the artist is definitely not like the most recognizable one, sure. But
Yeah,
at the same time,
but like
I
I
do.
said this last episode as well about Beatstar
Mhm.
adding these smaller artists, and it is a
Yeah,
good thing, and I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy finding this new music that I've never heard before, and actually getting to play it in a game as well also makes it a lot more fun.
definitely, definitely. And I would honestly say that, yeah, that Discovery pick makes sense. Why it's an alternative, because it's literal like video game music. And
Yeah,
in a way, you could say that Beatstar kind of addressed my whole thing about where's video game music. What? Here we go. That's music literally made on a Game Boy. So what do I have to ask for? I guess.
yeah,
Um,
and also it's an unusual addition of an instrumental version of a song as well, because there is no
yeah,
vocals for this song.
yes, and I also do think that generally speaking, the other songs that are shown off in the season, from the songs I didn't hear, I guess anything from, is fine. I am interested in how the beat maps are gonna be. Like I've heard Neil Diamond, surely enough. I definitely heard of Cream, and the thing with Cream, I heard about a person from the band, I suppose, and well, I have my questions as to the addition of that person in the game, but I'll leave I'll leave that be when it comes to the full song reviews, honestly, for the next episode. But yeah, I'm curious as to how the song got added. It's really old. It came out in like 1967, I believe. So crazy to see another old song just make its way like that. Boom, easy. And genuinely speaking, like the only song I'm not really excited about probably would be Pinata, but
Yeah, that
it's
I listened to that song and it is uh I
nothing
don't
to
exactly
like.
know what's happening.
I don't know if it's going to be the case of like the song is meh, but the beat map is amazing,
It might
or
be, or it might
something
just be it's a
else.
mess song overall.
But like the chorus to this one is weird, and it's
Yeah,
like
I don't
I
understand
don't know what
what's
to
going
think of
on.
it. Yeah, I don't know what to think of it. So there's that, I guess. If you wanted to cause confusion, thank you. I'm interested in listening to your other songs. Maybe to
Pinata used
cause even more
confusion. It
confusion.
was very effective.
True to that. But then there's another question that needs to be, asked and answered by someone. What is the potential theme of the season?
I have no clue. I was thinking when like the first song I saw was the Mr. Brightside, or it is called it is Mr. Brightside, right? No, it's not. It's
Somebody
give me a
told me.
second.
Come on.
Somebody told me. I am brain dead. Give me a second. That's another one for the mess up number. Come on up. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
I mean, it's from the same album, which okay.
Okay. Half a point then. Bring it down by half. There we go. Half a mess up point. In terms of the season theme, I have no clue what it's going to be. A lot of these songs are quite unknown, and I was like, oh, maybe it's one of the season just dedicated to lesser known artists. And then it was just like, oh, but then we've got a song by the Killers, and that's like, well, they need no introduction. They're just there. They are well known. They're good artists. They make amazing music, and then you've just got them mixed in with these random artists that my voice is breaking. These random artists that you haven't heard of much, and I don't know. I don't know what the season's going to be. I was expecting it to be Christmas themed, and then somebody told me isn't exactly Christmas themed. So, what's your opinion on it?
I believe that it's still holiday related for sure, simply because I believe that there are references to winter in a way. Because the extreme being slumber, like come on, winter slumber. You know
Well,
what I
where's
mean?
Mariah Carey?
Mariah Carey. I don't know. People just hyped it up for no reason.
We need Mariah Carey.
But it's like I feel like slumber makes sense when it comes to it. I feel like September also makes sense because of reminiscing, because like December's coming, right? Winter's coming, and we are
Yeah.
going to miss this good old time of autumn or fall,
Yeah.
whatever you call it. So that's making sense to me. Somebody told me maybe it's the album cover because I don't know, bleak as
Maybe.
hell. At the same time, it's like, but then Sunshine of Your Love, is it also a song reminiscing of good old times during the fall? Or the sun? It was, sun? Or it's just like, oh, well, in this winter, your love is making me warm. And so it's like, it's a love song,
I
so
mean, if that
it
is the
makes
case,
sense
it's
for
definitely not the most
winter.
clear theme we've had before. We've had more
Yeah,
clear themes in the past,
and like, but then you have Pinata again, which
which
is
just makes no sense.
or collapsar, which is
Yeah.
again what Game Boy music, sure, but
It's
like
winter,
what?
time to play the Game Boy.
It's time to play the Game Boy, like all the cool kids do, and I mean Wolf, I guess makes sense in a way because winter and stuff, but also interesting. Well, why is that the thing? And I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird theme in that if that's the case. I don't know if I really know. I'm going to look dumb when the season name gets revealed and whatever, and it's
And
going
it's
to be
just
like,
something completely
oh,
different.
it's going to be like holiday spirits or whatever. Freaking fire, burn the trees or whatever. Because hey, we're trying to cut the trees down for all these Christmas trees or whatever.
The
It's like
Lorax.
the Lorax, yeah, collaboration with the Lorax coming now. It's like somehow Autumn Gold was easier to guess in hindsight than this one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Autumn Gold songs were at the very least making sense when it came to the theme, rather than just, well, here we go. We have Pinata, we have freaking Wolf, we have again the Game Boy song. It's like weird. Or Sweet Carolina.
Oh yeah, Sweet
It's just
Caroline. Can't forget about that.
or DNA by Kendrick Lamar. Great song. I don't know how it relates, other than just it's a hit. So I'm not sure.
I guess this is just
I'm
going to
not
be
sure.
a mystery until the song name releases.
Song name, season name, but yes.
Yes, season
It's
8. Oh my god. Okay, right. Had another point.
the counter rises. The counter rises. To everyone who's saying that Nick should talk more, do you want him to raise that counter even more?
Yeah, they
You're
want to get
cruel.
me to 72 mess ups.
You're cruel.
Oh no.
Really cruel people. But yeah, outside of that, I'm excited for the season.
Oh god,
It
I
looks
just
very
realized
enjoyable.
when I'm editing the VOD for this, I'm gonna have to go through and count these all manually. It's a bit painful.
And you have to cut some stuff, probably, right? Cut some stuff.
Nah, we don't need to cut anything. It's all raw footage that's so fun.
So fun times. Fun
Okay,
times
maybe
are
the start.
ahead.
Maybe the start.
Maybe. But at the same time, hey yo, fun times are ahead as well, because we're gonna be talking about Song of the Day.
That was supposed to be on chart.
There we go. Whatever.
Whoops.
The chart, the beat match comes up.
Yeah,
All of a
the right
sudden.
one this
Ooh,
time. And then song
the
of the
right one.
day is, if I have it, it's Time is Running Out by
By
Muse.
Muse. Yes, the pick of ours because Ayo, it was indeed Absolution's 20th anniversary. The song gets a deluxe soon, so it's really, really hype. And when I started with Nick and all that to search up for the facts about the song, there were a bunch of facts that I just didn't really know about it, and I'm kind of like surprised. Even one I already mentioned, but I believe Nick, if you can name the facts about the song for the people to know, just for sake of
Which I
knowing.
have painstakingly gathered from the most unreliable source in the internet, Google. Time is Running Out by Muse. It was first aired over BBC Radio 1 on the 21st of July 2003. The song is about the emotion of a person during the last moments of the person's life, which by Bellamy's account can be applied to society, a relationship, or your religion, or whatever, which is interesting. According to Matt, Time is Running Out went from being a pile of cack to the grooviest, coolest song on record. It was one of the last songs to be written and recorded for Absolution, and it is the second most performed Muse song, with Plug It In Baby being first.
Honestly, makes a lot of sense because of the fact that Plug In Baby is just a fun experience through and through with the guitar and whatnot. And then Time is Running Out is like this emotional break of sorts where people all sing the freaking build up to the chorus with Bury It and all that. It's fun. And also, I did not realize this, but they aired this on BBC Radio on my birthday. What the hell?
That's crazy.
That's the actual date of my birthday. That's wow.
It's your song.
I'm surprised now, and also not surprised to the fact that I love the song. I guess because it's literally my birthday song. I guess. Yeah, I really, really love this one, and I believe that out of the Muse's catalog, it's one of the strongest songs they got in game, and it's the first Muse song they got in game, which I honestly like. Thank you, Space Ape, for acquiring the license to it. It's
Yeah.
like, wow, what a banger! An absolute, just fantastic track through and through the instrumentation, through the lyrics, through Matt Bellamy's singing. It's powerful, and there's just nothing really negative I can say about it, really.
Yeah.
And I do believe that the beat map even though it's a normal, but by sound, it does make sense why it's a normal. I do believe that they did, the devs, a fantastic job of making a beat map for a Muse song. This was the first Muse song that they've added. It was a journey track as well, like a part of Oktoberfest, which is a long time, like 2021 basically, that's released, which is crazy to me. But what do you think about the beat map yourself?
Um, it's an alright track. It's really fun to play, and I mean, I like the song. It's a great song. It's actually on one of my playlists, which is great. And overall, the chart was a little bit repetitive in one part that I really didn't like. I think it was around the third stage. I don't remember the chart fully because I wasn't looking at it when it was going by earlier. But it is a good chart. It's a good song. I really enjoy it. And honestly, I think we should have some more Muse songs on Beatstar.
I do love what they did still. The spots where it's the chorus, it hits this part with the swipes and whatnot, the ooh yeah 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 yeah, which is sped up. God damn, it's so satisfying to play through. The swipes. Again, I believe even the repetitive part, which like, hey, I mean, I believe the repetitive part is stage 4 with the piano, and also there's the final stage, obviously, with the drums. The drums. Um, I do believe that they're done really well, and it builds
Oh
again
yeah, definitely.
to
It is
me
definitely a
expecting.
good part in repetitiveness, but I didn't like it myself because for some reason I kept messing up on it. So I'm a little biased towards my opinion on that part. But no, it is a decent chart, like I said. But no,
That's
I really didn't
understandable.
like that repetitive part.
That's understandable. I do believe though that the deluxe is going to be fantastic. I really
Oh
have my
yeah, definitely.
expectations that high, and I don't think they will do anything that will ruin the deluxe, honestly, unless something happens and it gets ruined by a bug or something. But not
Huh?
really the
A
beat mappers
bug?
themselves.
A bug in Beatstar? You never get those.
Oh, you never.
No,
It's a rare
it's
occurrence,
completely bug free.
rare sighting. I'm excited. I'm excited to see just everything that comes with Times right now.
Yeah.
Definitely exciting times today. And exciting times in December because Times running out is coming. And now we go over to the beat topic. The beat, everything topic wise, and
Yes. And
the
today
big.
we will be talking about.
We decided to compare. We alluded this already when we talked about the Thanksgiving event that happened in Beatstar and Country Star, especially when we talked about the track skins, because I wonder, am I the only one thinking that the track skins at Country Star are way better?
I know, right? They are so nice. It's
I
that.
am.
It's the wood. I think it's the wood. That is what makes them so nice. It is that wood style and that wooden finish. Every single time, it looks
I
so nice.
believe also. It's just, yeah, the Thanksgiving one is definitely more detailed because of the wood,
Yeah.
definitely as the track skin, and just I'm not going to ignore it, but the background, it's lively. I guess it's
That
like
too.
I don't know why, but with BeatStar's track skins, I'm not saying that they are bad. Far from it. You have some really good track skins in the game, and I believe you have really good track skins that bring a lot out of a song, pretty much. I mean, I remember when the first time the Stained Class uh, freaking track skin came out, which was basically one of the first track skins that released through Beat Chaser as the guaranteed reward, I suppose, at the end. And I played Unholy with it. I believe the deluxe version, and it's like it looks, well, with all due respect, like godly. It looks celestial in a way. It looks holy, pun intended. And I do believe that some track skins really do work simply because of the color schemes in a way. Like the color schemes on some of these track skins are really great. They're really cool to look at. But then you have Country Star, and they just I don't know why, but do you think that Country Star just has more going on with the background?
Yeah,
'Cause I feel like
definitely.
that's the
And I think
case.
that definitely is intentional. A lot of these track skins that they have on Country Star, they all follow the same theme. It's some sort of guitar with something going on in the background, and the only ones that don't have that style are the artist ones, where it's just a picture of the artist in the background. It's not really a specific thing happening. But like, even
Yeah,
if you go through and you look at them all, like the Thanksgiving one, you're in a forest, you're playing a guitar in the forest with the leaves falling and everything for autumn, and then for Halloween, you've got that dead tree in the background with the spooky green mist, and it makes the track skins feel a lot more. I guess you could call it alive in terms of
yeah.
in certain terms. It makes them feel a lot more alive and a lot more detailed, unlike the basic flat skins that you get in Beatstar. I mean, for a perfect example, the one with the skulls, the flaming skulls in Beatstar, it just looks like they slapped a PNG on the top of it.
Uh, which is understandable for sure because of the fact that I believe it's hard to make a track. It's kind of hard to make a track skin for just a flat sort of
Yeah,
environment, a flat surface.
obviously.
It's
It is
definitely
hard,
difficult,
but there's so many things they can do to work
but at
with
the same
these that
time,
work.
yeah, I do believe that you could add some dynamic elements to these skins, simply because Country Star does that. I mean, that's why I asked about the backgrounds because I believe that the backgrounds they are dynamic. They do move. They do switch to some different angles. It's not just like this one spot that we stay at, unless
Yeah,
it's again you have the artist track skin that just does stay in that one line. But to be fair, it kind of makes sense, I suppose. Like, what is there to look at other than the artist? It's like
yeah, and I mean, like for a good example of these track skins in Country Star, the I will have to figure out Freebird. I have one equipped on Freebird, and it's got these lamps in the background. I don't know if it's the default track skin or if it's one similar to the defaults, but the lamps in the background, they actually swing side to side, and it's very subtle, and it's not enough to distract you and put you off, but that little bit of liveness to it just makes it so much nicer.
the mixtape genre, I believe there is a track skin which basically just has this like big old truck, I think, or not a truck, but I'm not sure. I'm not really good with vehicle types, kinda, but it just it looks like your old freaking car that rides through the dirt and whatnot, and
Yeah,
I'm not really sure in the name because again, I've not been interested in cars in
desert
such a long
truck.
time. It's a truck. Okay, makes sense then.
Yeah, it
But yeah,
is on the mixtape one, right?
yeah, on the
Yeah,
mixtape one.
yeah,
And it's
desert
the
truck.
thing. The background moves. It's like it's not staying on this like truck. You have a freaking view of whatever's behind that truck, basically the wilderness. And then again, you go back to the truck and it's in full display. Like there's the truck. And all the perfect bars are also like different in design. Even the artist ones. Like having the names of the artists, having just the bloody name of whatever album, I guess, of this artist. Just
Yeah.
generally speaking, like there's a bunch of differences with the track skins there and a lot of detail to them. And I also do believe that the track skins are just more or less, yeah, they are feeling alive pretty much. They have more energy to them. If that sounds any weird, it does. And I do believe that generally speaking, Country Star has really, really great track skins. Not to mention a lot of them. That's the thing too. there are a lot of track skins in Country Star that just were there on release, which is
Yeah,
definitely influenced by the fact that, yeah, it came out after Beatstar has introduced all of this stuff. So they kind of had already the foundation to work on with, Country Star and whatnot to add all these things that Beatstar just got now, in a way. So they had this direction of sorts. But it's still so cool to see all these skins being just on release and also available through merch boxes as well, which is like actually this time around I feel like you can actually open all of these skins through the merch boxes rather than just with Beatstar, which is a thing I believe, and it's a thing confirmed by a lot of community members, is the fact that if you do collect the skins and whatnot through the Beat Chasers, at one point the merch box, if you don't have anything to collect, as in there's like a cap of sorts when it comes to the avatars, obviously, when it comes to the elite avatars, you can just get tour points as the replacement reward, and that's it. There's literally nothing else you can get, and not all the skins are available in the merch boxes. Which, at the very least, I remember like being surprised about it when I got a couple of the starter freaking track skins, which were given out for free, right? And yeah, getting tour points is not the best thing now, is it?
and you only get 10.
No. Yeah, and it's like I'm not giving flack again to the track skins that aren't in Beatstar. I do believe that some of them are really, really good, but at the same time, I'll give you an example other than the Skull track skin for Rock, which yes, that is definitely a good example when it comes to being a little bit stale. 30 Seconds to Mars skin, I believe, would have been way better if the clouds were moving just a
Yeah,
little bit.
definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if it would impact the performance of the game that much, and I don't know if it would make the game lag hard, but at the same time, with all due respect, have you seen Tap Tap Revenge and the skins that it had back in the day? Like, compare the skins that Tap Tap Revenge had, and I'm not saying they are great per se, because of the fact that some of them are really confusing and they're really hard to play on. But at the same time, look what happens there. Look at the backgrounds. Look at everything that just goes around with these skins. And compare them to Beatstar, which I'm not saying again that they're doing a bad thing here. I would not say that they are distracting. But sometimes, even by staleness, they are distracting. Like, I'm sorry, but hey, yo, with all due respect, how in the hell is the Chrome Skull track skin is so just again dead because of the fact that the flames don't move, and yet it's hella distracting to play with, which is probably because of the perfect bar zone. Honestly, it's insane to me, and this is why I do believe that Country Star skins are just better because I don't believe. Oh, and the funny thing is, I forgot to mention this. You know that some of the skins change the tile colors, right? On Country Star.
I am aware of this, yes.
Yes, and that's the thing that interests me again because that's detail in a way. That's the thing that Beatstar doesn't do. Doesn't really change the tile colors outside of the like outside of the glowing line, I guess. That changes color, and that's about it. That's all
And of
she wrote
course on the
though.
default skin where it changes the background color, but
Yeah, but that's about it really. Which I do believe that Beatstar definitely needs to be a little bit more dynamic when it comes to the track skins. I believe the color schemes are good, but at the same time, with some of the skins, you just wish there was something more to them. I feel just a
I mean a
little
good
bit. So
example would be making the liquid skins actually liquid, because right now they're just kind of static images.
yeah, that's true. That's really true. Well, oh well. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. And now we go over to the next section. So, Nick, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How was your Spotify Wrapped? Because
Honestly,
this
my
installment of
Spotify
the
Wrapped
music
was
holiday.
kind of interesting. I sent it into Off Topic earlier, and my number one artist was Slipknot for the
Ooh.
second time in two consecutive raps. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
my top songs were Animal I Have Become, Kicks, Enter Sandman, TNT, and You, which one of them is actually in Beatstar. Um, and yeah, I thought it was a pretty good rap from me. Once I finally managed to get through to it, I was having some issues with Spotify giving me a internal server error, which was interesting. But yeah, no, it was really interesting to look at and see what music I've been listening to, and it's actually kind of funny to see how Beatstar itself and Country Star have influenced my music tastes. Because, I mean, a year ago, one of the songs that appeared on my top songs is not in the top 5, but it is from Beatstar, and I never heard of that song before, and from Beatstar, I've found this song. I've constantly listened to it throughout the year, and it has made it to my Wrapped in the top 10. And that's just kind
Whoa.
of crazy.
I mean, if I have to give credit to Beatstar for anything, is the fact that it kind of has enabled my whole thing of trying to discover music and trying to find out new artists, trying to find out new songs and whatnot to just listen to and enjoy. And pretty much that's how my first rap kind of went down. As in, my top genres, I mean, they gave me a burger and the meal of sorts, I guess, with all the ingredients in the middle.
Oh,
And it's
yeah, I got
like,
that.
my top genre was pop, and like going down, you would have rock, which is fair enough, rap, also fair enough, pop dance, and as a genre, I did not know it existed, but it's so funny to me. Wrestling. It's
What?
damn. It's a genre, okay? Wrestling music is a genre at this point, which probably counted for. I would be thinking that it would be counting towards soundtracks, because I definitely remember Apple Music having that before. I went to Spotify. I remember listening to wrestling music on Apple Music, and as a genre, they would usually list the freaking wrestling songs as soundtracks, which is just damn. Okay, that's interesting. And then they also gave me a location as to where people would likely be listening to my top artists, and apparently I'm in the USA, Tempe, yeah, Tempe, Tempe, USA. I'm not sure what the hell is that place, but if they listen to Grandson, Kesha, and Skrillex, that's cool. Which I guess, skip. My top artists were Grandson, Kesha, Skrillex, Sam Smith, and Shinedown. So that's my top 5. And then the top 5 songs were Living My Living in My Head by Kesha, which makes absolute sense. I believe that was my song of the year straight away when I've heard it. And I believe everyone who's listening, everyone who will be watching the VOD, you need to listen to this one. I believe some people will be considering it like boring and whatever, but I really do believe that it's such an enjoyable track to listen to, in a sense of like it's very painful, it's very emotional, it's very sad. So yeah, it is an experience, just like the entire album from which Living in My Head comes from. Then there's Something to Hide, Banger Song in second place, Introduced Me to Grandson, not Bloodwater, and yeah, Grandson, friggin' hell. Third place was by like a song by an artist called Faded with Friends. which I literally found out about just because of Spotify Finds or Fresh, whatever the hell the name of the playlist is. And I don't know, competition was like, yo. Then fourth place was Unholy, but not just any Unholy. It was the Japanese cover of it. So that's great. And pretty much the fifth place was Identity by Grandson. So another Grandson kind of just goes into the top 5. And yeah, I've listened to freaking 59,931 minutes of music.
And I had about
Which to me is
20,000, which is
crazy. And that's a lot of music. That's a lot of music. And also, I just got a bunch of messages from the artists. I believe like I got 13 messages. And the messages I got from which artists? I got a message from Grandson, Sam Smith, Shinedown, Imagine Dragons, Electric Enemy, Hollywood Undead, Marshmallow, the Chainsmokers, which was probably a really funny message in a way because of the fact that one of the Chainsmokers does a silly dance for the top listeners. D. Houston, thanks to Darkest Desire, probably that's why I got a message from them. AJR, Post Malone, and Knock 2. The basically Knock 2, the artist behind freaking Dash Star. So, yay, Wrapped. I enjoyed it. Honestly, this year's rap was exciting in a way because it was fun to definitely see what top artists I have listened to, top songs, and just go through the entirety of 2023 basically, which comes to a close soon enough. And now I'm hyped for 2024 and trying to make Muse somewhere at the top, basically. But yeah, I did enjoy it, and it was definitely fun. And now, I believe that's it for basically this music corner, or I guess like it's supposed to be Infinite's music corner, but in this case, it's
Spotify Wrapped Edition.
indeed, and basically Nick can join because hey yo, Spotify Rap.
And we are now moving on to a pretty empty section, that's for sure. I'll let you deal with this one, Infinite.
There is, I don't believe Country Star has posted 80 memes that would be, worthy of attention, I guess. But hey yo, I mean, it's a good reminder, I suppose, to just say there is a channel in the server called Beatcast Submissions. You can post your suggestion for the topics there. You can post your memes related to Beatstar, related to Country Star, related to Space Ape in there to get a chance to be featured in the episode and also
to win some cards if your BeatMeme is featured in this section.
And now we'll move on to the final section.
Final section, the one, the only Q&A.
The transition is happening.
That is the wrong section.
Damn it. Q&A. Questions and answers. We did get some questions. Some of them were good. I remember one.
Yes. There is actually one certain Q&A question that we received that we actually pinned on our little list of what we were going to feature today.
Everyone.
Because it was such a good one. And that question was...
What updates would you like to see to Beatstar? New quality of life changes? Changes to the deluxe system? New event types? That is a question from Travis. So thanks for that. I am really interested in what you think about this, Nick, because personally, I am not really sure as to what quality of life changes I would want outside of just, some visual improvements, probably when it comes to some of the visual bugs.
In terms of
Not
quality
glitches.
of life changes, I would like a button in the settings menu that allows you to quickly request your data package.
That's your personal thingy, though. That's your personal one.
You want me to say that's a quality of life change that everyone can access.
All right, fair enough, I guess. But I would personally say, outside of just the visual bugs, I really hope that next year or whenever there's like a big update to Beatstar, they are finally going to fix the whole tick issue that is plaguing deluxes for what seems to be centuries. Honestly,
Yeah, that thing's been
it's
going on for
like
a while.
it's been going on for a while, and it's odd. It's odd that some of the beat maps get ruined by this, and yet it's been going for a while, and nothing gets fixed. Some of the beat maps could be, you know, good if they didn't have the bug. They just have that bug, and it's sad. It's really really sad for that to be a case. It's unfortunate. The thing that I want is basically the whole tick bug to be fixed. I understand that it's an issue that will take a lot of time, and I understand that development is difficult, but at the same time, I really hope that in future updates, it's going to be addressed because I believe some beat maps that have this issue would have been way better if the bug didn't exist. For example, I would say that Cheap Frills Deluxe would be way better if the bug didn't exist. Or Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. Basically, same issue. So there's that. And another thing, changes to the Deluxe. I personally believe that the only change that is kind of, well, a weird thing to wish for nowadays because it's like never gonna happen, but at the same time, I kind of wish it would. The deluxe card cap. I understand that Space Ape is doing their best to kind of just like not resolve this issue, but make it less hard to deal with, I guess, by all these events that give you a lot of deluxe cards. And just generally speaking, I believe with the tour pass increasing the amount of cards you get, I think, don't count me on that. Don't rely on my information here. But it does feel like we get more cards out of the tour pass than we did like first time around when deluxes were a thing for season passes and whatnot. So it's like, yeah, it's something I don't believe is gonna happen, but at the same time, I kind of wish it would. I kind of wish it would. What do you think, Nick?
I think that we have had an increase in deluxe cards being claimed in terms of events and the season pass, but overall, I still believe the 100 cards with the amount that you get divided by two, I think it's a little high, to be perfectly honest.
True, true to that. But again, it's not something that we can really do anything about. It's on Space Tape, and I just hope that some of these things can be addressed. Surely. And maybe they will. Maybe they will. Or maybe they won't. I don't know. I don't know. Do you have any other questions coming from the chat? Because again, I am going to stress this. If you do ask a question and we do answer it because we consider it to be pretty good, the best question and whatnot, you do get cards, you do get goodies. So yay to that. Wait, speaking of deluxe bugs, does anyone remember the note count bug with 2,000 plus note counts? Ooh, yeah. I mean, that was a thing. I remember, and that's just unfortunate things when it comes to development. It was weird, but at the same time, it's like stuff like that happens. And the only thing that is kind of important is the fact that it got fixed. And generally speaking, yeah, if a bug gets fixed, then it's all good. Hopefully, no bugs after that. Especially bugs like this when it can genuinely break a game. I'm still waiting for an actual note count with 1,000 notes. Probably gonna happen. Probably gonna happen someday. Let's see if we have any other questions.
I think we had one in the submissions tab.
We did. Which, to be fair, someone did ask a question of. I guess it can be answered. I guess it can be answered. When will Beatcast episode 1 winners receive their rewards? That's the thing, though. We gave that information about people who asked the questions and whatnot. We gave that information, and if you by chance didn't get any rewards, that could mean one thing. It would be something happening not on our end, literally.
Oh, yes, of course. Because we can't
Because
generate these card rewards. We have to wait on Space Ape and Gert. So,
yeah, pretty much. So in that sense, it's like we give the information to Space Ape. Oh, just someone who can give the information to Space Ape in this case. Hey, hello, admin. And yeah, I mean, Space Ape should be the ones giving the cards, and if something doesn't happen, then Space Ape was probably busy with stuff. But you should be getting cards, and if you didn't, then we'll just ask about it. And
I have
wonder
already
like
messaged the people who are giving out the cards, so we'll see.
what's up with that?
I haven't got a response yet.
Yeah, so there's that. Also, the question. We can't claim rainbow cards if we only have deluxe cards. Yeah, I mean, you can gift them, but that's the thing. You can gift the cards, and I like how Fusion. Okay, IMO the Tour Pass season 11 was highly underrated. It's my second favorite Tour Pass. I feel like I want to see is that a question? And yet it's not a question.
You should make it a question so you get a reward. What are your thoughts on season 11? Hey, there we go. That's a great question. Thank you, Fusion. My opinion on season 11. Season 11 added. I can tell you right now. Season 11 was Let's Ride, correct? Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
And we got Tornado of Souls by Megadeth. So, yes, immediately. I love season 11. Tornado of Souls is a great chart.
But not just freaking Tornado of Souls. I feel like the other songs were actually packing a punch as well.
Freestyler was alright.
Freestyler was alright. Light Switch was hella fun.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, damn, okay. Some of the normal songs, I mean, people are over hating Pody by Genuine, I believe. Making it a little bit over dramatic to how the song is, kinda. I do believe it's not as bad as people put it out to be. But alas, that's how people remember the season, kinda. It's like there's this one track people don't like sometimes, and it's like, oh.
And then everyone just hates on the entire season, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good per se, but hey, same thing. I would definitely give props to Born to Be Wild being added in season 11. That was dope. That was great. Freaking Not Fair by Lily Allen was fun. And generally speaking, yeah, season 11 had a lot of bangers. Honestly, I don't know. I do believe it was underrated, and I do believe that it deserves to be a little bit higher than it is in the community's eyes, I'd say. So yeah, good question. Thank you, Fusion. I definitely believe that this is your own question, and no one gave you any hints.
Yes, and I think that means it's reward worthy. Nice.
Reward worthy. You can either claim or gift cards because it's fun to give people some stuff. Or just, you can use these cards if there's a new journey update coming at the end of the year. Yo. There's that, I guess. Yes. And also, Slabudin, too, asks, which seasons in 2023 did you like the most? Oh, that's a great question. Shush. Shush. That's a tough one, honestly, because
Yeah, that really is.
I do believe there were a lot of seasons that were good for many reasons. Many reasons. But if I were to give any props, ooh, I would probably have to go with season 16. Duality Extreme.
Yes.
That's like, and also the normals that were added as well. I believe there was one that was like song wise,
That was
but
Love
then
Games, right? Yeah, it was season
yeah, that was
16 Love
Love
Games.
Games season, and then Unholy got added in that season, which again I do believe that Unholy is probably one of the best beat maps in the game. That is the case, and I do also believe that it has the best deluxe in the game, one of the best deluxes. So yeah, Starlights, the first season to introduce the whole system with the deluxes, which give or take, it's because of the whole thing with 100 cards, it was viewed upon badly, but at the same time, I do believe that it was a great thing for the tour pass because it had more longevity in a way because you needed to collect all these cards to collect all these deluxe versions of songs, which genuinely speaking, yeah, that's what the tour pass kind of needed, really. And yeah, I do believe that in general, freaking hell, I loved season 16's beat maps and the songs that they chose a lot, honestly. I didn't really think that there were any bad tracks outside of I think Let Me Love You by Mario, but that's really it. Another like favorite song wise could probably be with all due respect, it's so hard to say. It's really so hard to say, but there's definitely season 20 that's really high up, when it comes to. Oh, and oh, how can I forget season 22 with the Motherload by Mastodon, the
Oh yeah, obviously.
Wait a Minute Willow that has like an amazing deluxe beat map to my surprise. Obviously, it has Dance Monkey, which no, but other than that, like, but I do believe that yeah, season 22 in general was definitely a highlight. It's for me, it's like hard always to say like best seasons just because of the fact that I do in some way like the seasons that Beatstar releases. It's just that to me, they rarely come up with a season that is genuinely a miss with all the songs and whatever, with all the stuff. Because I remember for one, there was this like one review for season 21, which was the Pride season, and people didn't like that one, did they? Some because of stuff, and I was like thinking to myself, "Plug-in Baby" by Muse got at it. What are you talking about? Like already to me, that was just boom, season sold. I'm gonna get it because Plug-in Baby by Muse is here, literally. And there were other songs that were actually pretty good, like Enola Gay. That was good. I would say that Go Your Own Way, Fleetwood Mac, freaking legendary.
Honestly,
That's
the
cool.
banners on that season were pretty cool as well. I really
True.
liked the one with the cassette tapes. Such a
Oh,
nice banner.
true to that. And just in general, like I do think that the season is overhated by some. I don't know.
I
To
mean,
be
I wonder why. That's all I'm gonna
yeah,
say. I wonder why.
I wonder why as well. We got a question from J Bob. I got one. So since 2023 is coming to an end, what are some of the good moments of Beatstar this and last year? Considering next season will be the 30th season total. Brave getting released for free is definitely going to be in the history books.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely going to be a fun one to remember.
Yes, I believe that some of the good moments also include Linkin Park events, I would say,
that was really fun.
because generally how the collaboration got into place is really cool and just shows the power of communities in a way, like to arrange these kinds of things. To
Yeah.
me, that's amazing.
And
To me, that's
even
awesome.
though everyone hated it, honestly, I think the Monster Cat season can go down as a good moment. Because that means we got a brand new box that is definitely going to be filled up in the future. And that's going to be
Yeah.
something really fun to look forward to.
And also
Hey,
just
Dito.
in general, I believe that, yeah, I believe in this case we're gonna get more seasons kind of like the Monster Cat season. Maybe, fine-tuned and not as bad in practice.
Yeah,
But
obviously.
just with the concept and with the presentation that Monster Cat season got, which is gonna get like a more or less better version of the Monster Cat season, but with something else, some
Yeah,
other property,
hopefully.
which is going to be good, I believe, and it's going to be exciting. Um, Good moment as well. I would definitely say that. Again, I will add that the deluxes being added to the tour passes is a great moment in itself. It's great to see them. It's great to know that I actually work towards something in the tour pass rather than just Ayo. um, what the hell am I doing? I already have all the songs. So like, what do you need from me? You don't give me anything other than the cosmetics and the new songs that got added. That's it. So yeah, I believe that's a good thing. And also, I am going to say that the deluxe tab sneak peeks are a good moment as well. Because they came about by mistake, if you don't remember. Um, it was a mess up that they did, but rather than just ignoring, they capitalized on it,
And I
which
think that was
is
something they did that was a very good
we
move.
yes, it was a very good move, and it was a just a great thing that they did because of the fact that they actually capitalized on a mistake. They didn't backtrack, they didn't ignore, they didn't do anything of that sort. They actually used that mistake to a benefit, and that's something that you should do if you actually make a mistake. You need to save. You basically need to salvage the moment, I think, and that is like really good salvaging there. Great example. And yeah, also I think controversial in a way, but I do believe that obscure songs being added to the game is actually really good, simply because of the whole thing that Beatstar tries to push, which is the music discovery bit, trying to create new artists, kinda
Yeah.
like making them popular through the game, which they really just wanted to do from the start. So seeing these discovery picks, to me at least, it's a enjoyable thinking, while still getting these hits that we get. You know,
Painless
so
and high
yeah,
status are bangers. Agreed.
Painless is definitely a banger, I'd say. But also like Amor Amor's the Can I Go Away is a banger. I do enjoy that one. And there are a lot of bangers from like these discovery picks, I think. Freaking freaking hell, one of the beat mappers put their song and it's a bloody banger.
Yeah, that was really fun. I didn't even know it was one of the beat mappers until recently, but yeah, one of the people who make the beat maps for Beatstar got their song added to the game, which was kind of cool.
Yeah. And again, it's just a bunch of discovery, which is a good moment, honestly, because if you can
Yeah,
actually discover something and you're not just playing a rhythm game with all the songs you know and all that stuff, which is obviously cool. It's something hype or whatever. But at the same time, will it be something that will make you stick around? Probably not if they give you everything just all at once. I don't know. It creates hype, but like if you do it all the time, it's not going to be as exciting as it was before. So, you know. And yeah, I do want to see. Do we have any more questions? Do we have like just to recap? We have answered I believe, Travis's question. We have answered Keela Play's question. Or Kyler. Not sure how to pronounce it. Sorry. We answered Fusion's question. We have answered Slabudin's question. And we have answered J-Pop's question. That's 5. And that would be it for episode 2 of the Beatcast. Hopefully everyone is having a good time through this entire episode being riddled with technical difficulties, kinda, with some Nick mess ups and some of my cutouts for no apparent reason whatsoever. Screw you, internet. And but it was fun.
It was
I
fun.
enjoyed.
And
I
you've got to keep in mind this is only the second episode. It is going to be prone to a few technical difficulties,
which can be easily cut in the VOD. But yeah, I again thank everyone who visited the whole live recording thing, and just generally thank you for the support. It's been honestly incredible to see some of the stats that we kind of got from the YouTube episode, like from the first episode being on YouTube. That was insane. And just generally speaking, like having this podcast still going, second episode in, is a little bit mad because I definitely can't imagine some podcast, some project just being kind of shut down after the first episode and not going anywhere. So it's like
it's great to know that we actually got to do a second episode.
yes, and it's great that we actually are getting our footing in, trying out some new things, which hopefully we can try out some new things.
For instance,
later
the
on
starting
as well.
soon screen that we had at the beginning with the awesome music. Which, by the way, I actually I may or may not have purchased the license to use just I Just Want to Dance.
I just wanna dance. Yeah. But then also the transitions, which, to be fair, there is some work to be done with the transitions, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, but I think I did pretty
Sure.
good with my little B transition.
Do you know what I reckon would be a good idea one day? Having guests on the podcast like former YouTubers, community members, and artists.
Yes.
Never say never. That's all I
Never
can
say never.
about
Yeah, that is all we can say. But thank you guys for stopping by. It was great. It was a great experience as usual to be here and doing all this cool shit with you guys. No, Ditho, you cannot have an advertised section. Leave me alone.
But as always, I and Nick appreciate everyone being here. We are just so excited to be doing this, and we are excited for the future. And till next time, we will see you in the next episode of the Beatcast.
Peace.
Bye. But as always, we do have to remember one thing, and one thing that will end the podcast. Subway sucks.